This video is brought to you by Manta Sleep for all your eyeball covering comfort needs. The king is dead. I mean, quite literally, they killed him off. It's GamesMaster Series 5, alright? And I, for one, am mildly excited about it because this is where things start to get good. Or get worse, or stay exactly the same depending on which comments under my previous videos you want to believe. This time the theme is heaven, because that's the opposite of hell, and I realise that they're only a hair's breadth away from doing all of the classic platforming game tropes. If the next series isn't set in a haunted ice rink, I'm out. Anyway, let's see what Dom's crack is.
We'll be flirting with all things visually interactive and entertaining, as well as a couple of things which aren't, but we'll stick them in just so we can have a cheap laugh. I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce you to Tanya and Helena, my two fine angels, who'll be prodding us in the right televisual direction all series. Good evening, ladies.
Hello.
I can already see that this series is going to be absolutely fine and will not in any way have the appeal of a pre-used aftershave sample found in the crusty pages of a teenager's copy of FHM that he definitely bought for the articles. Let's check out what's happening right now in the past.
The next generation consoles are finally here, and the game scene's looking more exciting than it has since the miners' strike. Apart from games though, this series will see the return of our online service. Surf our website and find out about the show and the funk-filled world of video games. Log on to the bulletin board and download demos of the biggest PC games kicking down punters' doors.
I feel like this was the beginning of ADHD televisual programming, where even a news segment about upcoming PDAs has to be accompanied by pounding techno music, just in case you were tempted to whisper a single thought in your brain.
And we'll be covering the latest science fiction and action movies, just so I can get all expenses paid trips to foreign countries to interview top attractive ladies.
Regardless, it's an exciting time because everything's now getting all 3D and shit, so let's see what our first challenge is with our heavenly GamesMaster.
I'm always looking for something new to test my challenges on. So what better than a brand new game on the impressively new Sony PlayStation? My contestants will be breaking the speed of light in a one-lap head-to-head race on Wipeout.
Fucking yes it is, now we're talking. It's the future and shit, and I can pretty much guarantee you right now that whoever they bring in for this is gonna be shite.
Post-ambient, post-techno, post-dance. Post-ambient, post-techno, post-dance.
Post-ambient, post-techno,
Dance, dance,
post-ambient, post-techno,
dance, dance,
post-ambient, post-techno,
dance, dance,
post-ambient, post-techno,
dance, dance.
post-ambient.
Are just 6 words that have been used to describe the cut of my trouser. They've also been used to describe the sound of our first special guests on this series. Please welcome Gavin Knight and Mr. C from The Shaman.
Oh, it's celebrities. Celebrities immediately. This is a change, and like everyone else, I'm very scared of change, especially when that change is likely chewing a hole in their cheek as they attempt to play a new game.
Gavin, I have to say, first ever guest we've had on the show wearing a red jean. The fashion world is pretty much split on a red jean. Can you get away with it in the 90s?
Well, I am.
I think you are, actually.
I think so.
You do wear a jean very well.
Thank you very much.
So basically, it's been about 2 years since Boss Drum. Have you been doing anything else?
No, we've been really busy. Last 2 years I've been working on opening a new West End nightclub called The End.
When's that opening?
That's open November the 11th.
I have no idea what's going on. This feels like an advert. More than the big old McDonald's logo at the start of the previous 2 seasons felt like an advert. Never mind, let's cheer ourselves up.
Keep his chains is there, but we'll never know the state of his hair. He'll just never show. He's a gamer in the streets, and you bet he's a lover, but you can guarantee that his hair will be covered. Dave's got it do right. Dave's got it do right. Dave's got it do right.
The name Dave doesn't quite pay tribute to your range of talents. Can I call you Dave?
Yeah, that's a name I'm used to.
Okay then, Dave, give the guys some tips here.
Okay, with Wipeout, the thing to look out for on the track is the blue arrows. You race over the top of them, they'll give you an instant boost of speed. Also, don't
Thanks
hit
very
the
much,
sides when
Dave.
you're going around
This
the
is something of a
corners.
first for
Keep your finger on the
GamesMaster because it's
accelerator, but
a
use the air brakes at the
two-screen
top of the
challenge. We will be
PlayStation
fitting
pad.
from the
That'll stop you from
viewpoints
slowing down
of
too much.
Gavin
It'll help you
and
take some
Mr.
really
C.
tight angles.
Hopefully, I'll be able to keep track of it, and then therefore, so will you. It's that kind of televisual relationship.
Okay, well, everything is all set for yet another season of GamesMaster, and let's check in on our Wipeout game, and my god, this is slow. Was Wipeout always this slow, or are the shaman just mashed? It's genuinely hard to tell.
Mr. C has got some mines as a power-up, which he can drop behind him, which will take Gavin out if he flies straight into them.
Okay, that's Mr. C going. Oh, there was a change in the lead there as Gavin is just overtaken there, going through on the inside of Mr. C. We're with Gavin just now, we can see, but he's banging into walls, and Mr. C, in fact, is now taking the lead. Mr. C's coming, it's very close. Mr. C wins the challenge!
Well, that was very unclimactic, but I don't know what I'm expecting at this point. Time for some more features, which means it's time for more Mortal Kombat, basically.
The film tells the story of three fighters, Liu Kang, Johnny Cage, and fantastic-looking lady Sonya Blade.
I don't know about you, but I'm noticing a distinct lack of the word bird in this series already. Do you reckon he got a telling off? Regardless, this show truly is turning into an advert reel. What's next?
It's CD-ROM of the week!
I've always found love a problem. The most romantic thing I've ever said is, get your coat, girl, you've pulled. Help us at hand, though, in the form of 101 love letters, a word processing type package that provides you with loads of pre-written love letters. So when you meet the person of your dreams, simply load it up and select the style of letter that best expresses your feelings.
Not only is this just a terrible idea anyway, can I just say, 101? Is that it? 101 text files? What a miserable piece of software. And also, why is it all written like this?
Dearest Romeo, in the vastness of the universe, I only existed as a vapour. No reason, I thought, could validate my existence. No reason, that is, until I gazed upon you.
You are liquid, moist and cool, pouring yourself over me.
Your eyes of blue are fire flames flickering with passion.
When I think of you, it is as if musical notes are pouring over me.
Take my heart. You own my soul. I am yours always, Juliet.
It's 1995, not 1595. What's next?
Last series, many viewers had the sheer largeness of trouser to criticise the standards of games playing on the show. Well, today, Callum, Andrew and Jamie are here to prove those buffoons wrong.
Well, at least the concerns have been addressed, but I'm not sure this is the fix. I tell you what, though, I do appreciate the complete lack of giving any fucks. Credit where it's due. Today in the commentary box, alongside the Heaven theme, we have Scottish Jesus.
I think one of the biggest things they should be looking out for is not to dribble on the equipment. We're working with some highly sensitive stuff here, and a combination of Smarties and drool could prove fatal for them later on.
Rather than watch some children play some children's games, let's discuss a few things. Set-wise, it's quite clear the budget has dropped a bit, but also, the lighting? Why is everything so dark? It's supposed to be heaven. I'd expect this to be floodlit. Everything just sort of feels like it's filmed in a green screen cupboard at the back end of the Channel 4 studio, which is compounded by the fact there is literally no audience anymore. They're just piping in echoey cheering noises, and I don't know. After watching Dom try to coax a baby to play a game while he cries...
He doesn't want to come on and start. Callum, come on, you got to come on and start the game. Come on, Callum, go on and... Okay, I think a bit of evasive action needed here. If you stay here, come on, sure. Callum. Yes, come on. We're going to play the game, Callum. Go on, because we don't have a lot of time left. Come on. On you come. Come on with Uncle Dominic. No, don't cry. Okay, Callum, your time starts now.
An orange triangle. Can you find the way home? Orange
Come on, Callum,
triangle.
touch your screen. Don't cry.
I think I might have to declare this the best start to a new series since Series 2. I'm not even joking. I feel like they've shed the legacy of the show, and they're now just doing whatever the hell they want to do in their little cupboard. Even Dom hasn't made me roll my eyes yet, so something's going on, but there is still time to be disappointed because it's time for reviews.
The Sony PlayStation finally hits British streets next week, and there's so many games available at the launch you couldn't fit them inside a fat bloke's brassiere. One of the biggest of these is the Polygon punch-up Toshinden. We got our regular reviewers Rik and Dave to give it the once-over.
When I first saw Toshinden on the PlayStation when it came out on import, I thought it was Virtua Fighter with huge weaponry, and it certainly showed the 3D capabilities of the PlayStation.
The trouble is, the game has no capacity for combos, it has no special moves, and it has no secret characters, so it doesn't really have the longevity that more established beat-em-ups on the market can offer.
Leave Toshinden alone, Dave, it's fine. Also, who let you in on the reviews? You can't just barge into the reviews without letting people know beforehand. That's rude. 88% for that one, which flies in the face of pretty much everything that was said about it. And that's the end of the reviews, so they can make way for yet another look at Mortal Kombat, amongst other exciting newcomers like this one and that one. And oh wait, the reviews are back.
Wipeout is certainly the buzz game.
Dave, sit comfortably before you start talking. Don't adjust yourself mid-sentence. It's very off-putting. Also, Dave, send to yourself. What are you doing all the way over there? And what are you doing all the way over there? I can't concentrate on this lot. If you can't be bothered to sort out your symmetry, then I can't be bothered to listen. 94%. Put that in your bag. Right, that's the reviews definitely over now because they're showing off other games like this one and that one and perhaps even this one.
Right, we've managed to calm things down a bit now. Of course, Andrew won the joystick with a fine performance. Can I get that back for a second, Callum? Andrew, how do you feel after your victory?
Good.
You feel good? Was it easy?
Yeah.
No problem at all for you, was it?
Nah.
See, I can appreciate that most people will absolutely hate this. It is incredibly stupid and flies in the face of basically every single thing that GamesMaster built up for the past 5 seasons. But, I'm not going to lie, I think I may actually be enjoying this one. Not from a perspective of this being fantastic television. It's not. I've literally been forced to watch a Scottish man wrestle a baby in front of a television screen, to absolutely no one's amusement. But from the perspective of a man sat in the future, looking back and thinking, wow, this was actually on television. Sometimes that's just a feeling that you need to feel. Episode 2, and Dom's excited about today's feature, Cracking Blokes. I've got no idea either.
Arcade beat-em-ups don't come with instructions. Apart from the basic punch and kick moves, they guard their secrets more closely than an overbearing ante. So it's up to the players to discover the special moves, combos and secret characters. Most of us discover a handful of these before going to the pub, but some people take the whole thing a lot more seriously. When tall bloke Saul, not so tall bloke Mo and averagely tall bloke Louis come across a new arcade machine, they get to work. Not in a fast food place or a small bank, but trying to discover every single move, character and combo.
Oh, okay. Well, I refuse to believe these are real people. There's no way a man of this age had this moustache in the 90s. He'd be laughed out of line dancing class.
And the first step in this toply organised jaunt-type situation is a visit to a Japanese bookstore in darkest North London.
£8.40, serious money. That's why we have to make sure we get the best magazine for the job. This magazine's got everything you need. Secret options, power moves, combos. Only problem is, it's in Japanese.
Don't worry, Mo. Ask that shop bloke to help you out.
I was just about to say, surely the internet exists at this point, and that's exactly what the next guy does, so I'm not sure why this guy's bothering Japanese librarians all day long.
Louis has popped down to his local internet cafe for a swift half of that information orgy that is the internet. Louis quite literally logs on and launches a search application that pulls in the relevant material. These are web pages, mines of information created by crackers like Louis all over the world.
Why does he keep calling them crackers? Is that what people who knew special moves used to be called? I've literally never heard this terminology before in my life.
For once they'd be working not as a team, but competing against each other without the aid of magazines or internet searches to find out which of them is the ultimate top cracker bloke. And here are the 3 fine crackers who will be delivering the goods tonight. We have Lewis, Mo and Sol.
Okay, you know what? That was a smooth transition. They went straight from a feature into the challenge without so much as a pause to breathe. Am I wrong here? Is this not starting to feel slightly more like someone was in charge?
At the end of the show, each contestant will reveal the 3 most spectacular moves they've uncovered.
Oh. Okay, so it's not really a game challenge, it's just a bunch of lads wiggling their joysticks on telly. I take it back, this is shit. Bring back Dexter Fletcher.
So the crackers have started, and helping to explain exactly what they're doing is GamesMaster's very own arcade expert, Derek Lynch from Funland. Derek, welcome.
Thank you.
Now, Derek, how are they going to be working through this then?
Well, first of all, they'll try some of the moves and combos that they know from previous games and different button tricks and so on, and hopefully they'll get some moves out.
Okay, whatever. Over in the news, BT are launching some online service or other, and Japan has released this racing game that looks a bit like a Transformers helmet having an epileptic fit. Most importantly, though, a ride based on aliens.
Special 4-minute alien movie is the latest experience in American motion theatre rides.
I don't believe I'm going back.
There's no Sigourney Weaver, but the £2 million movie does boast loads of cheesy special effects and some of the worst acting we've ever seen.
Okay, but we have to look at this, right? I've just found the footage from the ride and we have to take a look at this, right? You're with me on this. You know the deal. You know I can't help myself. I have to take a look at it. It's only 8 minutes long. Come on. I'll do the watching and the commentary and the editing and all that silly stuff. You just sit there and enjoy it because it's fucking happening, Stephen. Stop complaining.
Shuttle docking completed.
Higher. Don't get too close. Watch him, Taylor.
Are these supposed to be the Marines from the film? Because there's one there that's clearly meant to be Vasquez, but obviously they haven't got the actual actors for it because they've got better things to do with their lives. Anyway, this acting is supreme. I don't know what Dom was on about.
He's clean, Captain.
So is the pod.
Where's the rest of A Squad?
Sir? The bugs. They got us, man. We didn't have a chance.
What are you talking about? What happened down there? What happened to A Squad, soldier? What? A Squad!
Stop, drop, let it roll.
Soldier!
Stop, drop, let it roll.
A Squad!
Stop, drop, let it roll.
Soldier!
You said it was a routine check. You were wrong, man. Way wrong. There was nothing routine about it. Takea 3, population 3,000 plus, right? Not when we got there.
It's a bit like if Aliens had the budget of a straight-to-TV movie starring Jeffrey Combs. Everything just looks a bit flat, doesn't it? I assume they didn't have access to the actual sets because everything looks like it's made out of cardboard, and all the floors are just flat, grey expanses.
Thank God I found this escape pod.
What about the others?
Oh, Taylor, man, you back off. You weren't there. You don't know how many bugs there were.
You left them down there?
It was every man for himself. I couldn't save everyone. The bomb was ticking, man.
Yellow little...
Is this meant to be a ride? Nothing ride-like is happening. It's just a bunch of tired men shouting at each other. Anyway, Jeffrey escaped the aliens, but the Marines want to go and get back in there. So now we get to what is presumably the ride bit, and yeah, you don't really need to watch any of this. It's exactly the kind of first-person perspective thing you'd expect, only they keep changing it to a third-person perspective, which doesn't make a great deal of sense from the rider's perspective. Basically, you can get an approximation of what the ride would have been like by watching this sequence and just rocking your office chair backwards and forwards. Maybe have your uncle gently breathe on your face while an alien shows up. That kind of thing. Outside the terrible acting in the first sequence, it's not particularly interesting, but I'm pretty sure it's canon, so if you haven't watched it all the way through, you're not a real Aliens fan, and I don't want to talk to you. Back to whatever these lads are doing.
They've uncovered some exceptionally competent special moves. Derek, talk us through the ones we've seen.
Well, here we have Mo, using the character Nina, who's going to show us an excellent example of a combo arm break. 1 break, 2 break, gets the other arm, 3 breaks.
Ouch!
I mean, at least they're trying to do something different, but I'm not sure if this is more or less entertaining than watching a baby scream. Thankfully, we've got a celebrity challenge, and it's on Alpine Racer, that game that every single person on Earth has played precisely once in an arcade. And our guest today?
Jadine Duran!
I have no idea who that is.
I'm sorry, I have to say, you're probably the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my entire life.
And you're the most beautifulest man I've ever seen in my entire life.
Listen, don't, because I'm just going to lose the plot completely here. But I believe, but was that not too forward of me to say that? Is that all right?
No, that's absolutely fine.
I've got to grab every chance I get, Judy. Do you know what I mean? I'm not, I don't hang back.
That's all right.
You know when you walk into the break room at work and and two people are having a loud private discussion and you feel like you shouldn't be there, but you've already walked in, so it's weird if you turn around and walk out without making your cup of tea. That's what I feel like right now. I've got a reverse hard on watching this. I've got a hard in.
Off you go. And off goes Jadine. At the top left-hand corner of the screen, you can see how much far down the course she's progressing. That's where the little yellow pointer arrow is. She's at the top just now, and you can see the time in the top right-hand corner as well. Above that, you can see the amount of flags she's gone through compared to the amount of flags she has missed. She's doing fantastically well so far, Kurt.
Okay, Dom, she's literally moved 10 feet downhill. Probably a bit premature to declare her excellent gameplay skills. That being said, skipping through all of this so you don't have to watch it, she actually does a pretty good job until she does this.
It's past the barrier there, smack bang! Where she's up in the air, she's back down again. That's going to cost us some time, Kurt.
But everyone does that at least once, even the professionals. Regardless, she does it by the skin of her teeth.
You've got a ring on the third finger of your left hand.
It's my dad's.
So you're not actually, so you're not engaged?
I'm young, free and single.
You are? So I have still pulled?
Yes.
Oh, that's absolutely fantastic.
Please stop this.
Well, you see here, Sol has discovered Lay's special powerhouse move. Watch carefully. On one leg, straight over the top, full energy. Person takes right out.
Something about the abject silence outside the piped-in bird tweets make this feel fucking bizarre. I really, really hope the bird tweets were piped in live, just so everyone felt as awkward as I do right now.
And so, Lewis, obviously, we're nearing the end of this. Do you think you can come up with a special juicy one before we run out of time?
Well, yes, we've managed to find some 3D surprises there for you, and I'm quite sure that you'll find it entertaining.
No, we won't. Also, why are you all stood like this? Stop being weird. Over in reviews, no, it's not a Dire Straits video, it's Goalstorm. Truly a game that will definitely stand the test of time.
It's got everything. It's got the animation, it's got little flick-ups, it's got overhead kicks, it's got free kicks, penalties, and some amazing swooping around the pitch effects.
My only quibble with what is the PlayStation's first football game is with the sound.
With these hoop earrings, Dave looks like he's one cross palm away from reading my fortune. Also, the other guy also has a hoop earring. When was that a fashion? Did I miss that? Bring back big hooped earrings for men. Anyway, 93% for Goalstorm, which has me very worried for Yoshi's Island.
Now, the Mario gang return on the Super NES to make Jimmy Nintendo another bundle of yen in Yoshi's Island.
The main difference from previous Mario games is that you're now controlling Yoshi, and Yoshi moves very differently to the old Mario sprite. He doesn't jump.
There are 6 worlds in Yoshi's Island, and on each world there are 10 levels. And on each level, there are 10 worlds.
Do Nintendo owners need another Mario game? I think they do. I think there's always room for another Mario game.
94%, 1% better than Goalstorm. I think that's as safe as we can make it. Time to check out new movie, The Net, and its incredible Hollywoodization of hacking.
It tells the story of a young woman who has her whole identity changed on the internet when hackers get into the FBI's mainframe and they steal her identity. They change her name, they take her house, they take her national insurance details, everything. But really, it's a very dire movie. Sandra Bullock doesn't jump.
As it was, it turned out to be a very, very tepid version of Pelican Brief with computers instead. Mind you, the computer literacy is quite good. The very fact that occasionally a virus happens, although they have given it that Hollywood effect. A virus happens by dissolving the screen.
Make your mind up, son.
I don't have your disc. I don't know what you mean.
Oh, we're doing scores for films now as well, are we? 50%. That makes it slightly worse than Blues Brothers on the SNES, but a bit better than Troddlers on the Amiga. That's good to know. That brings us to the end of the episode where these guys show everyone their special moves, but none of you want to see that because it's fucking boring. Next episode. In this episode of GamesMaster, everyone is dressed up in golf gear, which means a bloody golf game, done it? Also...
And in the second half of the show, things get less than light as we feature one of the biggest games of the year, Mortal Kombat 3 on the PlayStation.
Yes, it's Mortal Kombat again. There must be a 70% chance of Mortal Kombat in each episode since GamesMaster began. It's unreal. Still, let's see what the hacker boys are up to.
Our guys are still the top.
From playing Tekken a few times, I've actually discovered that you can actually get a hidden character. You've got to press start 3 times and you've got to shift the joystick to the right and actually Bruce just appears.
And the wimply name Bruce is so secret that even the Japanese don't know about him.
Yes, every single Japanese person was interviewed, and not one of them knew about Bruce, even the guys who made it. A true enigma, that Bruce. Anyway, here's an advert for the website, which bizarrely isn't just gamesmaster.co.uk, it's on-line.co.uk, and sadly, having scoured the Wayback Machine for a glimpse of any of this, we're just met with this sad-looking page containing 3 games, though with phrases like, the Microsoft Internet setup works fine, but 16-bit trumpet windsock won't work with talking heads. It does make me yearn for a time when the internet wasn't just full of people shouting at each other, or making fun of old TV shows they used to love. Happier days.
Time now to whack our balls in the general direction of fun.
Don't get your hopes up, I think that was a one-off.
Always on the lookout for new tests for my contestants, I was particularly pleased when I stumbled across this little beauty in a local fish and chip shop. Smart Golf. Players use real clubs to hit a real ball against a massive touch-sensitive screen.
You've got to admit, golf lover or not, this was a pretty neat idea. I wish they could have expanded on that idea, perhaps have you drive 100 miles an hour into a touchscreen with a rally car just to see if you win a race, that kind of thing. Alas, the technology was only ever used for hitting a ball with a stick. Anyway, who better to play this golf game than Stephen Hendry, a snooker player?
You're too good at snooker, right? No one in the world can beat you, but you do play golf as well, don't you?
No way. No, I'm not good enough.
What's your handicap?
No way.
Have you ever thought of taking that up professionally?
Oh,
golf?
no way. No, I'm not good enough.
Not others, any other sports you're going to try your hand to?
No, that's... No, I'm not good enough.
When you are playing at the Crucible, I've often wondered, right, you're there, it's all very quiet.
I'm not sure if this stance is legal on television, Stephen.
How much money do you have as well? I've often wondered.
Millions.
You have positive stuff,
absolutely.
Don't you? That's great, because most people come on and you ask them and they're all saying, oh, well, I don't get paid that much money, but you do.
I'm loaded.
Tons. That's fantastic. And the final thing is, right, obviously, you exploded on the snooker scene. No one has been able to touch you for years. The question everyone wants to know is, when you're wearing the waistcoat and the nice tight black trousers, are you wearing a boxer or a pant underneath that?
I never knew you noticed.
What is
the trousers were nice and tight.
I've seen a couple of lines there, Stephen, and I've often been intrigued. What do you wear underneath?
See, I'll say it again. Isn't this a lot better than Dom just being a flailing arsehole toward any guest that appears in front of him? A bit of light-hearted banter, and then everyone sits down for a nice cup of tea. It's all very charming stuff, but sadly, we now have to watch some golf.
Fine drive there, Stephen. Go for the 5-iron here, Rick, 'cause it's quite a short hole. We can see now. How does that look, Rick?
Nope, I'm bored. Skip to the end.
Giving that a nice whack. He's hitting it on the left. Is it going to roll round? He's got the legs. Oh, it's rolling on the cup of the hill, but it's stopped there. 8 tantalising feet from the hole. So Stephen Henry's challenge has ended unsuccessfully. Well, bad luck, Stephen. That's probably the only thing you haven't won in your entire life. Good start with that first hole. No problems at all there for you?
No way. No, I'm not good enough.
Round of applause for our special guest and the richest bloke we've ever had on the show, Stephen Hendry.
Time for features then, and
Did you get it? Well, did you? Did you? Well, of course. Now, what would a slumber party be without a totally illegal advanced copy of the yearbook? Yeah!
oh golly.
Girls in video games are a bit like fat blokes and tight pants. The two just don't seem to go together. American Laser Games may change this though, with a new full-motion video CD-ROM for ladies, Mackenzie & Co.
This looks like hell on earth for men, women and children. Give me back golf games, all is forgiven.
Girl is in love!
Definitely calls for a new outfit.
Yes, Mackenzie & Co. even gives you your very own fashion show from which to choose your outfit. And with clothes like this, that could take you a very long time indeed. Okay, you've got your bloke, you've chosen your threads, let's just hope he likes it.
Hi.
He's forgot his trousers.
You look like a movie star.
Wow, you did all this for me. You look incredible.
You know what, this does make me feel like a very pretty boy, so maybe it's not all bad. Enough of that shite though, it's time for the inevitable Mortal Kombat 3 review.
The latest Mortal Kombat outing hits the stores next month, with 7 new characters as well as the return of Sonya and Kano, plus the added bonus of animalities and combos. PlayStation Power means combat-crazed boy men can expect a near-perfect conversion of the arcade game, but haven't we seen it all before?
There's codes in there, and there's now animalities, which were always rumoured to have been in the previous game. but I'm not sure that this really adds anything to the genre. And with games like Tekken and the new 3D environments to fight in, I think Mortal Kombat may actually have had its day.
Okay, it's not a great improvement over Mortal Kombat 2, but hey, we haven't seen a Mortal Kombat game on a PlayStation ever.
Yay! Finally everyone's getting bored of Mortal Kombat. I'm sure there'll be no more Mortal Kombat games after this one. Although, 90%? Come on, make your fucking minds up.
The Super NES and Mega Drive versions seen here prove that you don't need 32-bit consoles to pull off the kind of death move that other computer game shows are too cack to show. The most bizarre carriage in the MK Gravy train, though, is the stage show.
I'm sorry, there's a what? A Mortal Kombat live show? Oh, America, you are one step away from giving us Mortal Kombat on Ice, you crazy hype monsters. Also, I found some footage of the live stuff, and fuck my arse, it looks shite.
Pretty tough crowd you hang with.
Yes, they are.
That is just a preview of the show that you'll be able to catch, and it is coming into the Southland. It's called Mortal Kombat. Let me, first of all, start by having you introduce yourself and the cast of characters behind you here.
My name is
Shang Tsung. All right. And starting over here?
Sub-Zero to my left. Kano, Scorpion, Mortal Kombat. Liu Kang, martial arts, and Cabal.
Tell us a little bit about the show and what do you expect kids to get from this? I mean, the video's already come under a little bit of criticism for some of the violence. This is a pretty wild act.
Yes, it is. The show is based on a martial art aspect of the video game, Mortal Kombat. And it's already been to a movie, and now we're doing the live tour. It's been under, the violence has always been around, but what martial arts and this show has to present is all positive messages.
What sort of positive messages?
Well, it helps children be able to be concerned about violence.
Yes, Mortal Kombat was all about violence positivity, not about ripping someone's spine out through their ear hole. Thanks, Shang Tsung.
Yeah, we're definitely...
Okay, Sonia, how long have you been doing this?
I've been doing it for quite a while.
Yeah, now what form?
I started in gymnastics and I went into boxing, and now it's Tungstedal.
Okay.
I can't help thinking this is a tragic way to waste an evening. Also imminent in the States is Mortal Kombat the cartoon.
Wait. There was also a cartoon? Was I asleep during this period of the 90s? I would love to show you more of that, but having watched half of the first episode, I think it probably deserves a video of its own at some point, so screw you, you're not looking at it. The final challenge then is Mortal Kombat 3, because of course it's Mortal Kombat 3. Why would it be anything else, you fucking idiot?
Welcome to the show, Mark. Now, Mark, you're aptly suited to this. You are all formats national games playing champion, right, yeah. And a bit of a martial arts expert.
No way, no, I'm not good enough.
Young shot-head Mark Towse is about to try Mortal Kombat 3. Help me out is Dave Perry, who we're going to call Skipper today, I think, Dave.
Yeah, that's fine.
Right, well, he's playing Sub-Zero in this first bout, so tell us, what's the new move Sub-Zero has in Mortal Kombat 3?
Well, in Mortal Kombat 3, Sub-Zero has two notable new moves. One is the Ice Shower, which he can bring down upon his opponent, and he has an Ice Clone move.
Thanks, Dave. We'll look out for those two. Right, best of luck, Mark. It's very, very simple. Win the bout. Fight. Okay, so off we go. Mark is Sub-Zero on the left-hand side. You can see his energy bar in the top left-hand corner of the screen. He's playing against Jax, controlled by the computer, whose energy bar is in the top right-hand corner of the screen.
So this challenge is just a guy playing the game against the computer, which, I don't know. It feels like when you go around to a mate's house and they've got a new game but only one controller and you just sit there waiting for your turn. But after watching them for an hour without touching the pad once, they switch the console off and say, right, I'm bored, let's go out and play football. Twat.
There he goes. Oh, he's just cut to pieces completely now, Jax, which means that Mark has won the challenge 2-0, but that wasn't actually that good. And it's certainly not worth a joystick. So we're actually going to ask Mark to play it a little bit differently here. Mark, we do understand, we have spoken to your mum. She says you can play Mortal Kombat blindfold. Is this in fact correct?
No way, no, I'm not good enough.
I won't even begin to ask you how you discovered this or even why, but you've never tried this on Mortal Kombat 3?
No way.
Ever, not even for a laugh?
No way, no, I'm not good
Okay,
enough.
right, Mark, we're going to try it now. Angels, if you'd like to blindfold Mark, the first time ever on national television, someone attempting to play a video game completely blindfolded.
There's a reason for that, Dominic.
So off goes Mark playing sector now in the red body armour and red codpiece there. Good start from him, Dave.
Very good start. He got in with the uppercut quickly and the missiles. This was going to have to use his special moves. He's obviously not seeing where he is. He can't get involved in close contact.
That is indeed. Mark is as blind can be. we look at the energy bars at the top of the screen, we can see it's pretty even at this point.
But Liu Kang is the worst off. The computer control character is the worst off. He's come in, he's evened it up now.
He has now. Oh no, you say he might take a pace.
Oh, he's in trouble. It's danger for Sector.
Oh, and that is it. He's lost the first bite, but that proves he is actually blind, in case anyone was doubting there.
I'm not sure it proves anything other than we really had nothing better to do in the 90s. Skip through the rest of this. After putting a buck of birds in front of our challenger's face, he goes on to repeatedly use the same special move over and over again until he wins. Exciting stuff. And then the episode ends. Now, Manta Sleep were kind enough to send me the Manta Sound Sleep Mask, which I've been trying out over the past week, so I can finally join in on all of this napping everyone else in the house does, and I have to say, I'm pretty damn impressed. With built-in Bluetooth, you can slap on one of these bad boys and listen to me waffle on without ever having to look at Dave's headpiece, and you can soothe yourself with the sounds of Rik Henderson's gentle enthusiasm as you nap. The eye mask itself is super comfortable, the material is really breathable, and it blocks out 100% of any light source. The eye sockets are completely adjustable, so you better be sure I spent an obsessive amount of time ensuring that zero light entered my eye holes. You can also adjust where the Bluetooth speakers are using these handy little pull tags, so if you have a weird shaped head with one ear next to your eye and the other ear hanging out behind your jawline, you're completely catered for. Get 10% off your sleep mask of choice by following the link in the description and using code RTS10. And finally, you can start sleeping as soundly as someone who doesn't know whether the sun is out or not, because you can't see anything. It's all dark and comfortable and stuff. Thanks, Manta Sleep. I was planning on attempting to watch this one blindfolded, but I've changed my mind because they brought out Virtua Cop, and I'm already excited for the first event, Rosa Rumble.
Sega's Virtua Cop has turned out to be easily the best arcade shoot-'em-up since the Falklands War. But as the empty pockets of many a punter will testify, it's as hard as a pit bull terrier wearing a chieftain tank for trousers. For this event, we've shoved in a top arcade champ to show us how it's done. His mission is to quite literally play through the entire game and using only one tiny credit before the end of the show. This most single of credits will give him just 5 lives to sustain him through 3 levels of tooled-up Tarantinos, helpless hostages and bazooka-wielding bosses.
Although it may look like a simple case of shoot everything that moves, there's a couple of things to look out for.
Yeah, Virtua Cop. We know how it works, Grandad. Let's bring in James Bond, if James Bond wasn't a spy and instead worked at the drugs counter in Boots.
So you are convinced that you can play through the whole of Virtua Cop and complete it before the show ends?
Not only am I going to complete it on 1 credit, I'm going to get a perfect score.
So what makes you think you can do this challenge then, Martin?
Well, I think it's because, unlike most of the people we have on the show, I'm going to get a perfect score.
And keeping a watchful eye over Martin throughout today's show is Dave Professor Perry. Professor, listen, what's going to be the most difficult thing about Martin completing this challenge within the time?
The difficulty is going to be racking up the points. He's got to score 9,999,999 points. That's a lot of points, so he's going to have to use the multiplier at the top of the screen. He uses that by hitting targets as often as possible, and that increases the amount that the score he hits on those targets is multiplied by. It could be anything up to ×9.
While I'd love to sit here and watch a man play Virtua Cop all day long, even GamesMaster has realised you can't just show this for 20 minutes, so they give up watching him halfway through level 1 so they can bring us the news.
Proof that some people haven't heard that 16-bit is dead is a new gadget that allows you to prove you're the tops of the Mega Drive or the Super NES without leaving your home. Hyperscore grabs your high score at the end of a game, then allows you to transmit it to a central scoreboard via a 40p phone call.
Okay, when did this thing ever exist? Okay. Looking at the very small news article about it, it didn't exist. It was due to come out in October 1995 and was unceremoniously cancelled. At a cost of 30 quid and a further 50p every single time you submit a high score, I can't say I'm exactly surprised. Also, how the hell would this work? How would it know what your scores are across multiple different games? I call all kinds of shenanigans on this one, but let's move on to CD-ROM of the week.
It's CD-ROM of the week! Hi, my name is Michael Jackson. They call me a beer hunter. I drink beer for a living. Hi, I drink beer for a living. Hello again. I drink beer for a living. Hi, I drink beer beer. Drink beer for a living. Smoke porter. Drink beer for a living. Smoky aroma. Drink beer for a living. Powerfully smoky. Drink beer for a living.
If anyone on Earth looked more like a real ale drinker, I refuse to accept it.
Martin Mathers is still with us, still working his way through Virtua Cop. He hasn't blown it yet.
So while this challenge goes on, they start another challenge because Virtua Cop takes fucking ages. It's a very strange setup, that's for sure, but when GamesMaster gets the chance to bring on some more women for Dom to awkwardly froth himself at, you know nothing will stop them.
Welcome to the show, Vicky. Welcome to the Donna. Okay, right, Vicky, first of all, you play Angel in Battle Grove. What do you like about that character?
She's dead sweet, she gets on with everyone, but she can be stubborn. She's always
Very
stubborn to
stubborn.
Charlie.
Yeah, and flirtatious as well.
Yeah, she's a bit of a
Not at all
flirt.
like Vicky.
Donna, you won Child of the Year once in 1989 or
Years
something.
and years ago.
What did you have to do for that?
Put a sweet smile on and some
Smile. So
baby clothes.
you don't have to do child things, like you don't have to steal from your mother's purse or anything like that, or set
Oh, no.
fire to fields.
No.
This is awkward and shite, and these two have about as much personality as a pencil case full of peanuts. This now means that Dom has to awkwardly manage two challenges going on at once. There's literally just a man at the back of the studio playing Virtua Cop on his own, while two members of Biker Grove mash buttons on King of Fighters.
Okay, so off we go. Donna's on the left-hand side. She's Mai in the little red bikini thing. And Vicky is King, the lady in the suit. You can see the energy bars at the top of the screen. Quite level at the moment, Rick.
Yeah, you can see she's just jumping over, using the height advantage in the air, because Mai's very good at jumping around.
Fantastic roll kick she managed to pull off there. Oh, some fantastic kicking action. She's got her legs round her neck there.
Yeah, very good splits there as well. But
That's one way of putting it.
boring. Oh, they only need a couple of small punches in there or a quick kick.
The time's running out, though. They're both missing each other now.
And that's it.
That's the final hit.
Donna's got it.
Vicky fights it does. Donna is the winner.
I wouldn't play any computer games at all, but I'm a fanatic now. I love it. I need to.
Are you really, Donna? Are you really?
Well, I have to say, actually, I didn't actually want you to come on the show. I didn't think we'd get on. I didn't think I'd like you.
Well, we've been thinking about it for about 4 months now, whether to
Someone
come
warned
on.
us.
Did
We were
they?
warned about the presenter.
That's Ant and Dec talking rubbish. Do you know what I mean? But I do have to say, having met you are much nicer than Ant and Dec, because I thought they smelled a little bit.
You're nicer than what he described you as well.
Oh, well, that's very nice.
Dom burning bridges with more Geordies there, but never mind all that. There's a man at the back of the room playing Virtua Cop.
Well, Dom, on level 1, Martin may have had it all his own way, but he's finding it a completely different kettle of fish on level 2, with the body count and hostages turned way up. He's managed to keep his cool and his multiplier on 9, so we're going to have a look at some particularly hot replays of our wannabe Bond in action.
I get the impression that even if he'd failed at this, they would have just had to let him redo it over and over again, otherwise they'd have to fill another 20 minutes of this episode with some other shite. Let's check out some reviews, and it's Virtua Fighter Remix.
Well, Virtua Fighter really has been the Saturn's flagship game, and Virtua Fighter Remix bridges the gap between Virtua Fighter and Virtua Fighter 2. It's all the usual characters from the first game, but they've all been guru shaded like in the second game. And it's really quite good, although there aren't many differences in the playability.
I've never been a great Virtua Fighter fan. I've never liked the playability itself, and I certainly didn't like the graphics.
Why is Rik such a sassy pants? Look how much his body wobbles when he talks. He's such a saucy Susan. Stop being a saucy Susan, Rik. 84% for this one, whatever. Let's check out Screamer on the PC.
Screamer finally brings console racing action to the home computer. Basically, this is Ridge Racer for the PC, combining glorious graphics and impressive speed. In fact, this is probably the best racing game I've seen on this format.
It is certainly the best arcade racing game on this format, but that's what's inherently wrong about driving games on the PC. The PC owner is a more discerning person.
Back in the day when PC gamers were constantly worried that console games are ruining their very important, serious PC games. Bollocks to that. If it's good, it's good, and Screamer got 89%. So take that, Rik, you big sassy misery guts. Destruction Derby's next.
It looks like Ridge Races. It looks like Ridge Races.
Why is your face doing that?
Yeah, I think the problem with Destruction Derby is perhaps they've tried to make it a little bit too realistic. They've taken all the fun out of it. It is just like driving a real car. When you do damage, you see damage on the car, you see damage on the other cars. There's no guns in it, though. There's no fantasy. You want a bit of fantasy in your games playing.
What the living fuck are you talking about? Since when did anyone yearn for fantasy in a racing game? Also, you still gave it 80%, you couple of gobshites. Back over with that guy who's still playing Virtua Cop. He's still playing Virtua Cop, which is a big surprise for all of us. I'm sure you'll agree.
He's got an extra boss to contend with.
Okay, well that's great, but it's also a bit of a pity because we're actually getting very, very close to the end of the show. We've only got about a minute of airtime left. It would be a tragedy if Martin does manage to complete this with maximum score, but we've got to the abyss. Let's hope that doesn't happen.
But it's not live, Dom. They are absolutely desperate to instill a level of peril into a challenge that has largely just happened in the background.
Only a couple more clicks left. We're getting dangerously close to the end of transmission.
He won't have finished this challenge if he doesn't do it in time. That's
it. He's put up the boss. Let's see what the score is. Has he got the maximum? And the maximum score, yes, 9999999. Martin has done it. That's it. That's all we've got time for. No time for a formal presentation. So, oi, Martin, well done, mate.
Yeah, that's the end of that one. It's episode 5, and while Dom hugs two girls who look like they didn't cover their drink, it's time for some questions.
This challenge is perfect for the more lily-livered. Ignore the fact that it's on the awesome Destruction Derby.
Awesome, you say?
There's no guns in it, though. There's no fantasy. You want a bit of fantasy in your games playing.
They think I've got the memory of a bloody goldfish, I swear. The goal of this one is to stay alive as long as possible in the arena mode, which basically means running away for ages. And today's guests are...
Please welcome Roxanne Calla and Ryan Brent.
I presume these two aren't celebrities, but what do I know?
Okay, now, Roxanne, you were asked if you could set GamesMaster anywhere, where would you set it? And you said Barbados. Why Barbados?
Because it'd be really hot and all the celebrities would want to come on it because it'd be really hot and they'd get a free holiday.
But all the celebrities want to come on the show anyway.
Because it'd be really hot.
Ryan, now you had a bizarre experience at Thorpe Park, that big amusement park, didn't you? What happened?
Oh yeah, when I was little, this Indian bloke, he came up to me and kissed me on the hand.
For any particular reason?
No, I don't know. I was just at Thorpe Park and he kissed me on the hand.
Wait, what? What kind of anecdote was that? Let's move on to the news, and it's time to see what someone called Steve thinks of games on something called the Sega Saturn.
We got to sample the first playable version of hopeful Tekken toppler Virtua Fighter 2. It's only 60% complete, but Steve saw enough to believe it will be in the shops at Christmas, screaming, ho ho ho, buy me for a good time.
I did think that the conversions of these games would be good from the arcade. However, I did not expect them to be perfect, which is what they seem to be.
And with shops knocking 50 quid off the Saturn price, PlayStation faces may be slightly smacked.
Back in the days when the prices of consoles actually came down instead of going up. You'll love to see that.
Dave, do you mind if I call you
Daddy
for this challenge?
No, not at all. Most people do.
Tell us, what's the biggest problem our contestants are going to face in this?
Well, we've got it...
Okay, thanks very much, Dave. Basically, whichever one of our contestants can last the longest without their car getting smashed to smithereens will emerge glorious. So we can see in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, this is the indicator which tells you how much damage the car has taken. The lights are green just now, which means it hasn't actually been hit, but that is all about to change. And there he is, stuck in the side immediately.
Yep, here they all come, all 20 of them will come piling into him now. This can work to his advantage because they can provide a shield and actually take some of the impact off him.
I mean, Destruction Derby is fun and all, but where's the fantasy?
Yeah, flashing red light, that means they'll be going black very, very soon. And at the front end, obviously, that can be extremely dangerous.
Oh, that's it indeed, that's it. The front end gone. Ryan lasts for 53 seconds. Ryan, please make way for Roxanne. 38 seconds gone. This is not looking
Both
too
of the
good.
sides of her car have gone now, and the front end's flashing.
She's all over the shop, Dave. 45 seconds gone.
She is, but she's very close.
She's
very close.
53 seconds is what she's got to beat.
She's stuck there, but they are providing a shield. They're providing a shield.
53, she's going to do it.
She's done it, she's done it.
Yes, Roxanne has done it. Roxanne is the winner. Well done, Roxanne. Bad luck, Ryan. Ryan, talk me through your 53 seconds then.
Well, I started off good, going around the outsides. Good tactic, wasn't...
Don't cry, little man. Also, this fella has the personality of an 80-year-old man. He's great. You can imagine him down the pub, sat in the corner with a flat cap on, telling stories about how Indian men kept trying to kiss his hand. Over to reviews then. It's one of hundreds of wrestling games, and this one's got doink in it, so it's 90% minimum.
The reason it's been doing so well is because it has huge digitized sprites, and also because it uses an abundance of special moves usually associated with games like beat 'em up.
It also features all the current superstars of World Wrestling Federation. But it's also got Doink the Clown, whose special move is to thwack. Thwack.
agree right now that Rik Henderson is the greatest addition to GamesMaster. I've never seen someone so needlessly charged with personality. Also, 92%. I told you. As someone who has seen about 1.5 wrestling matches in my entire life, I know who the stars are, and Doink is number 1. Next up it's Vector Man, which I ruddy well hate.
It's made up of a number of balls, which allow for very fluid animation and allow him to morph easily into a number of shapes, like pickaxes. He also has a very big gun, and that tells you what kind of game this is. This is a shoot-'em-up. It's a very big shoot-'em-up, but it's a very ordinary shoot-'em-up.
The graphics are impressive, but we have seen them before. Remember Ecstatica and Balls, the Mega Drive game that came out last year? But even though it is very polished, it's still a tired old genre, and it certainly doesn't breathe new life into the old Mega Drive. More a little puff.
Okay, 82% is astonishingly high for how little good they actually said about it. And in fact, so far this season, the average score has been 85%, and that's if you include the net, which isn't even a bloody game. If you get rid of that, then the average is 89%. That's suspiciously high for a series that already has suspiciously high review scores. I'll keep my eye on that.
Please welcome Emmerdale's golden pair, Biff and Linda, Stuart Wade and Tanisha Geronimo.
What a fucking name. Tanisha Geronimo? No other celebrity guests are needed. We've found the best one.
Welcome, Tanisha. Okay, first things first, my mother is an enormous cooked breakfast.
In the biblical sense.
Yeah.
He has got to be the best
Yeah. This celebrity challenge is on the game. No, I can't use the word game. It's on the machine that is known as Cupid, in which both people answer questions, and then the machine matches them up to see if you make a good match. This may be the worst idea they've ever had. Yes, worse than RoboCop. Skip to the end of this shite.
It's a very intriguing relationship we've got there. Now we're going to put it to the test communication-wise as we play a cheeky little sapping game called Bug.
After successfully navigating Cupid, the relationship tester, this cute Saturn game couldn't be easier.
Okay, that was just a filler challenge. The real challenge is, possibly even dumber.
Completing this task will show just how compatible our couple really are.
Now that challenge in itself would not be a true test of communication skills, so I'm going to ask one of Stuart and Tanisha to wear a blindfold and the other one to tell them what to do. So Stuart and Tanisha, who is going to wear the blindfold? Stuart has volunteered himself with a large dose of help from Tanisha there. Okay, Angels, would you like to blindfold Stuart, please? So he will be controlling the bug, but Tanisha will be telling him exactly what to do, whether to move left, move right, jump, grimace, cry, whatever. Always hit again, though, that energy bar's quite low. It's one more hit and that'll be it, it's over. He's coming down, it's so close, they've only got 4 more to get. There's some here. That's 11, that's 12, he's going to watch, he's been hit again. 13, 1 more to get. It's desperately close. And they've done it, that's 14, 56 seconds.
I mean, fair play, they did it. I've not seen anything that exciting since watching a child try and fail to play Magic Pockets over the phone on Motormouth.
How are you?
All right.
James came very close with 2,800. What level would you want to play Magic Pockets at?
3, please.
Level 3 for you as well. All right, then, here we go.
Ready.
3, 2, 1, go.
Jump.
2,
Walk.
1.
Jump.
Ah! Yo! A little yo from Mighty Mo and a raise of the shades. You got 2 points, unfortunately, Donnie. You didn't get yourself a camera, but we will send you a box. Now we're going to Scotland, and there should be Vicky Selvey. Hello, Vicky.
Hello.
How you doing?
I don't know.
Good. Do you think this game's easy?
I don't know.
You're not sure? It's not as easy as it looks when you're playing at home. All right, what level do you want to play at?
I don't know.
OK, level 2 for you. Here we go.
Ready.
3, 2, 1, go.
Walk. I don't know.
It's a valiant effort of 1,600 points. Well done, Vicky. Congratulations. Well done for playing, and we will...
Feature time, and guess what it is?
It has begun!
Mortal Kombat.
Of course it is.
Christopher Lambert, top smouldering French actor bloke and the star of Mortal Kombat 3, and I'm actually in his bathroom for no apparent reason whatsoever other than to have a wee chat. Chris, then, tell me, was it a bit of a laugh then to do Mortal Kombat 3?
Yeah, it was great.
We're going to actually put your skills to the test. We're going to actually have you playing Mortal Kombat 3, the game. So we can't obviously play it in here because it's a water stroke electricity hazard type situation. So we'll move it and we'll start playing it again. So we've moved to Chris's living room and he's about to play Mortal Kombat 3. He's going to be playing as Shang Tsung, the bad guy, his opposite number in the film. So best of luck, Chris. You start your challenge.
Thank you.
Wait, he's playing Shang Tsung. Why isn't he playing as Raiden? Also, I refuse to believe they brought the equipment required to get the footage for this. Shenanigans and bollocks. They're trying to ruse me, and I shall not be rused. Anyway, that's the end of that one.
It takes a lot to stir my regions.
Okay, Dom. Anyway, you know this one is going to be shit and boring because they brought the footballs out. Let's swiftly move on to the first event, King Combo, in which they wax lyrical about hitting people lots and lots of times. And so today's challenge is to see who can hit someone else a lot more times.
Killer Instinct is Mr. Undisputed leader of the field with some of the most complex and devastating moves around. The game also features combo breakers, which allow you to quite literally interrupt your opponent's combo onslaughts, as well as unleashing the impressive shadow moves. But the jewel in the crown of Killer Instinct has to be the Ultra Combo, a fantastically huge series of blows activated automatically at the end of a bout by pressing lots of buttons. It requires a level of skill that only Frank Best Player can achieve. We're hoping to crown King Combo today. So please welcome 3 young men who regularly parade down the high street wearing t-shirts saying, "I'm fantastic at combos and then some." Rory Reid, David Flood and Garlic Toe.
Garlic Toe?
Welcome to the show, Garlic. Okay, just for a change, we're going to talk about ladies here. Rory, you've got a girlfriend just now, don't you?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right. David, now, you've had another kind of unhappy lady experience, kind of, to do with video games.
Yeah. And I got beaten by a girl in the Blockbuster video.
How old was this girl?
I don't know, about 12 or so.
About being by a 12-year-old girl. I must say, we're not being sexist here. Of course, girls can be equally as good at video games as boys. I mean, they're not, but they could be.
Where's Dave Perry when you need him? Oh, well, he's not here. They brought this guy back. Come on, Derek. If you're not willing to call all women shite, then you just won't fit in with the lads.
What's the most amount of combos you've ever seen?
48 combos.
And was that in Funland?
That's right, done by Garlic Toe.
Oh, so Garlic actually did that in front of your very eyes?
That's right, here today. Yeah.
That's a fantastic amount. Okay, now here it comes. We're looking for this big combo starting now, Derek.
Laser slashes, kick flip, helicopter, laser slashes, kick flip. He started his ultra activator.
This is looking good, Derek. Up in the air.
Will he get the fireball in? Missed the fireball.
Missed the fireball. 41 hit combo though. Amazing from Rory there. Rory, make way for David. While it does that, we'll take a look at Rory's replay here, Derek, and you can tell me exactly where he missed those vital hits.
Yeah, the mistake Rory made, he missed out on his combo breaker, so that's cost him an extra 2 hits.
So he's down to 46 already.
Exactly, and then he started too close, started his combo too close.
I have no idea what I'm looking at.
Off with David again, playing Rocket. This time the computer's playing Saberwolf there, but the same deal goes with the energy bar. When Saberwolf's one flashes, then he can go into the Ultra Combo. A good start though from David here,
That's
Derek.
right, lots of good combos in there. Blaster.
Some top luminous cougar action there as well again.
So David himself will be trying to do combo break as well.
Now, what exactly is the combo breaker?
Well, when the computer is doing a combo on you, you can do a special move and stop the actual chain of events.
And that's your combo breaker.
That's right.
We warmed up there with a little 16-hit combo. Now here we are, we're going into it now, Derek.
Oh no. Only killer 13 hits.
But he's still got some time left.
Laser, helicopter, laser slashes, helicopter. More laser slashes. He's gone into his ultra.
He's got him in the corner here. This is looking great here. Oh, fireballs.
Oh,
just the one, but it did hit.
Well, he missed his combo breaker once again, just like Rory, and that's cost him another 2 hits. But he mistimed his combos with the kickflip here.
And that's your combo breaker.
That's right.
Now it's Garlic's turn. Garlic 43 to beat. Best of luck. Off you go.
Ready.
Garlic is playing against Thunder. This time the kind of red Indian with the tragically unhit Mohican.
Oh,
now that's the breaker.
That's right, he got his combo breaker in.
So he's going to be able to do 3 fireballs at the end. So a possible 48 maximum here.
Shadow move, put shadow move in there. He's doing some defensive jumps. Okay, starts with a kickflip, lasers. Oh, another shadow move.
It's amazing there.
King, 11 hits. Not too bad there.
So is that a case now of just getting into the right position to start off the combo?
Trying to get the right position, the right distance to start his combo. He's going to make some distance there for himself. Fireball.
Move him back a bit.
Oh my god, get on with it.
All about timing now at this point.
And distance. Okay, right.
Here we go.
Helicopter, kickflip, laser slashes, helicopter, laser slashes, kickflip. This is looking great. He's right into the ultra activator.
He's all over him. He's up there. He's going to get the 3 fireballs.
1, 2, 3.
3 fireballs. What's this? It's a 46-hit combo. Astonishing there by Garlic. But we didn't quite get the maximum, Derek. So where did he miss the other 2? Let's have a look.
Okay. Oh, what happened here? He's hit with the helicopter hit twice when it should have been just one hit.
Right, now why was that?
Well, the computer moved in actually, so it's not due to lack of skill.
Right, it's the computer doing it. It's quite strange that you actually have to hit them less in order to get the full combo.
That's right, that's right.
And that's your combo breaker.
That's right.
You've taught me nothing, Derek. Let's move on to the reviews, and it's the SNES version of Killer Instinct, which came on a spiffy black cartridge, which instantly makes it a 90% plus score.
Killer Instinct, I'm telling you, is the best beat 'em up I have played this year. Forget platforms like the Saturn or the PlayStation. This is on the SNES, and it's fantastic.
Killer Instinct is awesome. Nintendo can finally lay the ghost of Street Fighter 2 to rest. It is incredible. It's 20-hit combos, it's ultra combos, it's got everything, and the SNES version loses nothing in translation.
There is still the challenge in mastering all the special moves. There are all the special moves. There are the special moves. It's got so much special moves that it makes games like Mortal Kombat, Toshinden, and even Virtua Fighter look very pale indeed.
And that's your combo breaker.
That's right.
Wow, okay. Well, I wasn't expecting that high of a score. 96% makes it the joint second best game ever reviewed, alongside Virtua Fighters 2. I told you that black cartridge was worth it. That's apparently it for reviews, though, because it's CD-ROM of the week.
It stars ex-Baywatch actress Erika Eleniak, who I have a lot of respect for because she has a great mind and is dangerously witty. The action takes place in Skyview, an ageing amusement park threatened with closure unless you, the player bloke, can find the missing deed that proves ownership.
My ruling is final. You've got until 10 o'clock tomorrow morning to present evidence showing ownership.
Jimmy's scumbag bloke has nicked the deed, and it's up to you to uncover the murky deeds surrounding its theft.
Blackmail, a touch of arson, maybe even murder.
To do this, you'll need to get clues from the park's various characters and endure the usual standards of CD-ROM acting.
Hey there, glad to see you. Welcome to the Street of Dreams.
Howdy! Just be careful, this place is filled with angry people.
Hey man, what are you doing over here this late at night?
Well, the fuck is this game? Anyway, football time, and I'm already positioning myself into a big stretch and exercising my jaw into a yawn-shaped orifice so I can truly get myself into full boredom mode. But firstly, we go back to reviews, because Series 5 just likes to keep everyone on their toes, and it's FIFA 96 up first.
Who's gone? It's a bit like the 3DO version.
What the fuck? Stop the tape. Do we just call the series quits now? I don't think we can go any further after this, can we? Dave has lost his Durag.
Lost Durag, Dave. Lost Durag, Dave. Lost Durag, Dave. Lost Durag. Dave, lost Durag, Dave, lost Durag.
Anyway, 86% for FIFA 96, whatever. We've got actual soccer up next.
If you zoom in on a game like FIFA, you'll notice that the players turn into Lego brick member. On actual soccer, all that motion grabbing technology has really paid off because the players hold their form. The realism is superb, but does this make it a better game?
Yes, it does make for a better game.
Wait, are you two sat in the same room? Are they sat opposite each other? I didn't know they were in cahoots. This changes everything. Maybe collaborate a bit more on bringing these fucking scores down, because at 93%, over half the games in this series have 90% or higher. It's a con, and it's also probably one of the reasons they can get advanced copies of games like Winning 11 for a boring celebrity football tournament. I don't know who these two people are, and I don't care who these two people are. What I do care about is the fact they've said this is a football tournament all episode, and it's literally two people. If I turned up for a tournament and found I was 50% of it, I wouldn't be too happy.
So Dean Holsworth and David Kerstick are just about to kick off. Joining me in the dugout is PC Review's Rik Henderson. Hello, Rik.
Hello, Dominic.
Rik, that's a nice little kind of movement in your voice there. Very good.
He is the best man, and he should be protected at all costs.
So Dean Holdsworth is in the red, playing the Atlas team from left to right, and David Kerslake is in the yellow, playing from right to left, and he is Jeff United.
And already you can see Dean has had a shot there. It's going to be quite a shooting game, I think.
And that's your combo breaker.
That's right. I'll save you the trouble of watching this. 1-0, just like every fucking boring match of fucking boring football. Next episode. Episode 7, and Dom's got some mail.
One from Andrew Thompson from Islington, who says, Dear Dominic, I completed Donkey Kong Country on my second attempt. Is this a record? Well, no, Andrew. The second coming by the Stone Roses is a record. This is merely an above-average games playing feat.
Okay, but I mean, how would Dom know the answer to that question anyway? Regardless, first challenge, and what's the game, Mr. GamesMaster?
This event is only for those with nerves of steel. The game I've chosen is Puzzle Bubble.
Say that again?
Puzzle Bubble.
Yeah, close. I mean, I wouldn't expect you to know that you've made a mistake there, but you'd hope someone on the production side would bother to correct you. Never mind. The challenger has to play 3 games of Puzzle Bobble at the same time, which is a very interesting challenge, all things considered. At least they haven't put him in a fucking blindfold again.
Now, doing a fantastically tough challenge, this, I reckon. You need to be quite fit. Do you exercise at all?
Yeah, I try to exercise about 3 times a week at least.
What kind of exercise is that?
Regular exercise like push-ups, sit-ups.
Do you pump iron at all?
I've done a bit of weightlifting in the past, so I still do it from time to time.
Quite a smart bloke?
Yeah, I dress casually when I go out sometimes.
I actually meant intelligence, but that's a very fine answer though, David. That's good. That's alert thinking.
I don't think he understood at all.
Blokes and ladies who wear Star Trek t-shirts are beside themselves with joy this week as the Sci-Fi cable channel comes on air. Devoted entirely to science fiction and fantasy, the channel offers films, TV shows, factual programmes and cartoons.
Ah yes, back when the Sci-Fi channel was showing conventionally great sci-fi films and shows, instead of making their own brand versions and hoping Grandad wouldn't notice the name swap.
Top tough challenge type situation then. Damon Champ has got to clear 3 screens of Bobble. Normally that wouldn't be a problem for him, but he has to play these 3 all at the same time. Best of luck, Damon. Off you go. So off goes Damon onto screen 1. Now you can see he's firing the different colour balls there. He's got to get 3 of them basically to match. There's 3 yellows there. He's got them to spin. He's going to go for another 3 greens. That was good. And also the ones below the ones that disappear, they will fall down as well. Onto screen 2. That's 3 blues just gone. Left that a little bit messy. Onto screen number 3.
Look, I don't want to cast doubt, but he's not playing amazingly here, and I am fully invested for the first time in about 2.5 series, so everyone shut up. We're watching Puzzle Bobble.
Father, now he's got a green now. One more green would be useful, but he's got a yellow, he's got a blue now. Oh, he's not having the run of the colours here, but that's the greens, and that's some reds. Fantastic bit of incisive play from Damon there. On to screen 3. He's got a blue, that's 2 blues in a row, and green, there's no greens handy. Here's a 3rd green though, that will help a bit. Another yellow, that's 3 more yellows gone, but look at screen 1's getting a bit dodgy though. He's getting a hurry up sign. He's only got 5 seconds, otherwise the ball will fire automatically as well. This only adds to his troubles. It's not bad, bit of tidying up there done on game 1. On to game 2. This is looking a bit more promising. Although once again the colours are going against him. Oh no, look at screen 3, David. He's having a lot of problems there. That's getting very low indeed.
I mean, I'm not sure Dom should be allowed to help him out. No one said you were allowed a navigator.
Video games train the youngers for warfare. They don't care, they only want to go to control what you think and what you know. I tell you what it look like, here we go. I think like speed, but I speak it slow. I think like speed, but I speak it slow.
He's going to fall by the line if he's not careful. He wants a couple of blues now. I can't see how he's going to do it. No, he's gone black.
Easily the best challenge GamesMaster has ever done. I don't care if you didn't win, that was perfect.
Okay, I was going to get my breath back for a second there, Damon. You lasted fantastically long there. There was a couple of times it was getting very, very dodgy. Talk us through some of the moist moments for you.
Yeah, I know I lost a bit of time on screen 1 as the balls were adding up, and that made it more difficult for me to get rid of the balls. So I was just concentrating on 2 and 3 when I should have been concentrating on 1.
That was where you went wrong, you reckon?
Yeah.
Are you as bathed in sweat as I am?
Definitely, yeah. It's a tough challenge.
Yeah. Well, you can at least take your sweat home with you, and unfortunately you can't do the same with a golden joystick, as brilliant as you played.
Give him a golden joystick, you shit. Let's head on over to reviews, and it's Victory Boxing on the Saturn.
Boxing games traditionally are pretty naff, but Victory Boxing on the Saturn, however, is the Virtua Fighter of boxing games. It's boxing crossed with a beat-em-up.
You can customise your pugilist in height, in weight, in the way he fights. There are 5 different styles of fighting, and as you progress through the championships, so your trainer teaches you new special moves. It's great, okay, you can get different camera angles, and you can see the fighter's full length.
Yeah, you like that, don't you?
I disagree with Dave, actually. I think that sometimes fighting games are a little too fast.
Are they purposefully making the contrast lower and lower in these segments? Rik looks like he's hiding at the back of a sock drawer. 90% continues the series' high streak, and I reckon Hexen is likely to get at least 90%.
Whereas Doom was just running around shooting things, Hexen, however, is actually far more complex than that. You have 3 characters to choose from at the beginning, all with their own individual abilities and weapons.
The areas you're in are far more interactive. You can do things like shooting out stained glass windows, and the effects of some of the weapons and spells can only be described as truly evil.
The mage has these glowing blue hands that fire huge shards of freezing power at your enemies.
There's also the option to play in a cooperative mode as well as in the old Doom deathmatch.
I feel that without his Durag, Dave is giving off Eastern European villain from a 90s action film vibes. 96% for Hexen makes it, once again, the joint second best game ever reviewed. I'm very doubtful that World Series Baseball is going to hit that home run though.
Actual teams, actual stadiums, actual players, and actually, this isn't bad. World Series Baseball on the Saturn is one of the most realistic baseball games I've ever played.
On the field of play, every single player has their own individual attributes and statistics. And when you tonk that ball for a home run, there's nothing more satisfying, even winning the lottery.
If anybody has sat through a real baseball game, they'll know how long it lasts. It goes on for hours and there's hardly any score. And that could be the problem with World Series Baseball. It's a little bit too realistic. Perhaps they should have put a little bit more fantasy in there.
Dave, not everything has to have a fucking dragon in it. Calm down. 70% makes it the worst reviewed game this series so far, which still actually isn't all that low of a score. Next up, we've got More Football Tournament, because apparently I wasn't listening when he explained in the last episode that the tournament was over multiple episodes, and not just the 2-man tournament I thought it was. We all make mistakes, lads, and as I've now watched about 28 hours of GamesMaster, the part of me that concentrates died a long time ago.
Welcome to the show, Graham.
Thank you.
Welcome, Phil. Okay, right, Graham, there has been a lot of atrocious haircuts in the Premiership so far this season. What's been your particular worst?
The bleached ones.
You know, like sort of Robbie.
This man has the widest mouth I've ever seen. I reckon you could fit a comedy oversized comb in that gob and he'd be none the wiser.
Okay, Phil Babb is playing in the orange. The team is called Spulse, playing from left to right. And Graham Lasso is playing in the blue. From right to left, his team is called Jubilo.
If you remember last week, we saw a very random game there.
Oh, there's a goal!
Away.
Well, this match is already more interesting than the last one.
Come and have a go if you think you're hard enough.
So we're up to Bratton Park where there's been a red card, but through Chris Kamara.
I don't know, Jeff, has it? I must have missed that. Red card.
Come and have a go if you think you're hard enough.
So go and look for a third, and Ali might just be able to supply it here. He's a wonderful finisher. Oh, but he's hit the post with the goal gaping.
With the final score being Phil Babb 4, Graham Lasso 0.
Enough of those, lads. Time for some real entertainment. It's motherfucking Waterworld, bitches.
Split-second timing is required to coordinate the 8 stunt people and hundreds of special effects involved. It's all controlled by computers, of course, and I went off to find project manager man Norm to see how it's done.
Right, I'm in the actual Waterworld control room with Norm, project manager. Norm, tell us a bit about some of the equipment that you're using for the ride.
Well, what we have right here is our main operator control console, and this is our main show computer that evaluates all of the safety systems and sensors that we use to run the show.
There's something hilarious about pumping millions into building a live-action water world under the assumption that the film was going to be a huge hit, and then it comes out and everyone thinks it's wank and about twice as long as it needed to be, but you're just left to be enthusiastic about your giant, expensive water world playset. It's beautifully poignant, and also it looks badass. Bring back Kevin Costner. Next episode. Episode 8 is here, and Dom's hiding in a bush while a woman sniffs an orange. Good intro. Straight over to, oh, are you having a fucking laugh?
I was intrigued then, the other day, to receive a letter from a character calling himself the Executioner, claiming he could pull off every possible death move on every conceivable game. I decided at once to put him to the test by collecting together a vast number of beat-em-ups and requiring him to pull off 3 death moves in a row from 3 randomly selected games.
Okay, well, at least it's not just Mortal Kombat again, and to be fair, so long as there's no production hijinks, this is actually a fairly interesting challenge. I can barely remember a phone number, let alone multiple different death moves. Christ, this man's shadow's taller than him by lunchtime. Anyway, he picks a few games at random, and then we go straight over to the news, where, yeah, it's definitely the 90s, isn't it? Tits all over the gaff. I can't say I'm disappointed.
The release has been accompanied by an ad featuring an attractive lady draped over a TV, the kind of gratuitous titillation that we at GamesMaster find thoroughly disgusting. Meanwhile, Sony's arcade partners Namco are putting the finishing touches to their latest beat-em-up, Soul Edge, a Tekken hugs Toshinden type situation, with 3D graphics and special moves that make French nuclear testing look dull in comparison. Soul Edge will be in arcades next year, with a PlayStation version following sometime later.
Are you frightened by technology? Nah, didn't think so.
Games on the Net is a new video that sets out to explain how to find and play multiplayer games on the internet. It's pretty useful and features the most mutated presenter ever in the bizarre facial shape of Davey Winder.
The Yahoo site actually makes me shout, Yahoo!
I've never wanted to find a VHS more, but unfortunately it doesn't seem to exist anywhere outside this small segment on GamesMaster. There's simply too much lost media that I could spend my entire life making fun of. It's a crying shame.
We have the Executioner here who reckons he can pull off any death move in any game ever invented. We're trying him on 3. Dave Ferry is standing dangerously close to help me out. Dave, I'm going to call you bitch. So generally, what is the tough thing about fatalities to pull off?
It's definitely a
Okay then, thanks Dave. Right, best of luck, Executioner. He has to pull off 3 fatalities in a row and he gets the joystick. Anything less and it's sayonara, Executioner. Best of luck. Let's go to the first fatality on Mortal Kombat 3. The character we selected for Mortal Kombat 3 on the PlayStation is Cabal. The Executioner will need to show mercy to his opponent before he can pull off the death move we've chosen, the Mutant Rhino Animality.
Cabal wins.
Gotta say, the Marvel Universe missed a trick by not including this guy. All that being said, do we really need to watch yet another man play yet more fighting games? Skipping through it all, he does an animality in Mortal Kombat, then he does a big punch in Primal Rage, and then he does something in Killer Instinct. But before that, let's just check in on Dom's banter.
On the left-hand side, playing against some kind of, what is his name, Dave? Saberwolf. Saberwolf, aptly named because he has a wolf and he smells like a saber.
Look, I don't want to crack out the Dom's banter barometer just for this. He's been a very good boy this series, but what the fuck does that even mean? Anyway, the Executioner fucks it up on the last game, so that was a massive waste of everyone's time, wasn't it?
And she's blown out the Executioner. That's a rubbish reality, which means that the Executioner's challenge has ended in dismal failure. So, Executioner, if patheticness was measured in ice cream, you have 2 scoops as big as Birmingham, I reckon, after that. What was your excuse?
My excuse? It was just a bad day. I don't care what's happened here today. I'm still the world's best games player, and I am the Executioner.
Any chance of saying that less melodramatically, Executioner? Maybe is this your next career change? You're going to drop the Executioner and become Pantocutioner or something?
Well, that's my new porn name sorted, and it's straight over to the reviews for the Rik and Dave show. It's Endorphin, the game that pretended it was a drug for some reason.
Endorphin and a fun more like it. You have to go through hundreds of incredibly tedious levels of grids where one square on the grid will be a different colour and you have to guide your block with its multicoloured sides so that the top side is equal to the same colour as that square.
No, this game really is dull. It's like a Rubik's Cube for the brain dead. And people seem to be worried about some subliminal messages going through it, driving their kids into a trance-like state. Actually, that state is called boredom.
They say this game is controversial due to its subliminal messages, but the only controversy about this game is why anybody deemed to release a game of this complete pantness in the first place.
Oi, Rick, I'll do the pant jokes around here.
Fucking 51%? Lads, you hated it. You said absolutely nothing good about it, and yet you still think it's 1% better than The Net, which, if nothing else, features Sandra Bullock. Endorphin doesn't feature Sandra Bullock, does it? You big shit artists. Next game's Tekken, so that's another 90% or so.
We like Tekken, we like Tekken, we Tekken, like Tekken, we like Tekken, Tekken.
As Rick said, it has the fluidity. It actually feels good to play. When you pull the moves off, they feel right, they're satisfying. This is a great game, and it's another must-have for the PlayStation.
And where most beat-em-ups fail is in one-player mode, but Tekken, Tekken, Tekken.
Holy shit, okay, well, I knew it was going to be high, but that is now the joint best game alongside Sensible Soccer. They didn't even seem that enthusiastic about it. Also, didn't they specifically say Killer Instinct was better in the last episode?
Killer Instinct, I'm telling you, is the best beat-em-up I have played this year. Forget platforms like the Saturn or the PlayStation. This is on the SNES, and it's fantastic.
They've lost the plot, I swear. Unfortunately, though, it's time for the final part of the football tournament no one cares about. This time on Virtua Striker. But at the end of the day, it's still just football, innit?
Welcome back, Dean. Welcome back, Phil. Welcome back, Phil. Welcome back, Dean. Welcome back, Phil. Welcome back, Phil. Okay, right. Obviously, this is probably the biggest match either of you have ever played in. What's some of your pre-match superstitions you follow, Dean?
I think it's nice to get a good rub down before the game, get stretched out properly, make sure you don't pull anything, obviously.
Have you had a good rub down?
The girls have
looked after us, haven't they? They have? Thank you, Phil, for that. There was actually no need to say that, actually, Phil, it has to be said. What about yourself? Are you happy with the rub down, or do you need a little bit more?
Definitely a rub down.
Yep.
Did they forget to switch his mic on? Why are you whispering? Anyway, 0-0 goes to penalties, which is everyone's least favourite way of ending 90 minutes of watching men fall over and hold their ankle. Let's see how they get on.
So it's very tense here as Italy steps up for the first penalty. That's Dean Holdsworth, probably feeling a little bit tense there. Expect to start his run up there, takes the shot straight at the keeper who gathers it and saves it comfortably. So Phil has a chance to go one up here. Tries to change the angle, a little bit different here. Yes, straight in there in the middle. Dean Holdsworth steps up for the second penalty. It's his best of 5 here. Oh, calmly slots that one in.
Typical full-back penalty, really.
It certainly is.
Don't put much power.
Oh, that's a great save. It's all level. It's one penalty all. And Dean Holdsworth slots in that one. It's 2-1 to Dean. Here comes Phil.
There he goes. Oh, good save. Fantastic, with the bottom part of his elbow.
2-1 to Dean. And he's still in it because that would have won it for Dean.
Still 2-1 to Dean.
Here comes Phil. He's got to score this really. And he does. Okay, this is it. It's 2-all. It's down to these 2 kicks. Bit of Dean Holdsworth calmly slotting away. He's got the knack at us now. Here comes Babsy.
Yeah, Phil has got all the pressure riding on him now.
And it's a save, that's it. Dean Holdsworth's keeper saves it, which means after the penalty shootout, Dean Holdsworth is the winner.
Well, it was pretty fucking obvious which way he was going to shoot when the entire camera turns and points in that direction before he kicks the ball. Not exactly subtle. That means the football tournament's finally over, and at this point you may be wondering why I'm not tracking how many golden joysticks are being given out. And the truth is, I simply don't care anymore. I've seen more of these fucking things than you lot have seen hot dinners. I don't care who gets a golden joystick, I just want my freedom back. Let's go over to features.
We're here at Magic Edge in Silicon Valley, top multiplayer action simulation type situation. And we're here to find out exactly why Americans, like my friend Randy, are quite literally spending lots of time here.
How would they spend lots of time there non-literally? Can you metaphorically spend a lot of time somewhere?
Now, Gerard, you're actually in the leagues that they run here. How do they work?
Well, they have two different leagues. They have a league for cadets, and then they have a league for aces.
Right, you're an ace.
Right, right.
What's your call sign when you fly?
Saxon.
Saxon, why?
Yeah. It just seemed like a good war name.
How much money have you spent then on this from day one?
Oh, probably in the 4 figures range.
Well, that's that's a lot.
Right, Nicole, unless I'm very much mistaken, you are a lady. And
last time I looked, yeah.
There's not a great deal of them in this place. Why is that?
Well, perhaps it's because of the physical attributes that most of the gentlemen possess here.
How much time then would you say you spend here in a week?
Not as much as you know, the frequent customers. I come here maybe like twice a month.
Yeah.
I really enjoy it, but I don't want to overdose on it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. What I don't understand is like why you got these guys here, and some of them are here quite a lot. I'd say some of them. Do some of them come here like every day? Would you say?
Yeah, probably.
Why do they want to sit in a dark pod when they're in like one of the sunniest parts of the world?
Probably because they don't have a life.
Well, she really sold this place, didn't she? Next episode. Episode 9, and Dom is banging on about the internet.
Is it really an information superhighway or a sad cul-de-sac full of dull blokes trying to pretend sitting in front of your computer is cool? Well, today we're throwing off our humorous trousers in exchange for some serious journalistic ones as we feature an event called Is the Net Full of Cack?
See this right here. I specifically remember this episode as a kid because I remember spending an inordinate amount of time questioning whether that was the right spelling of cack or not. I don't believe it is. I believe it's C-A-C-K, and I will spend my life defending my God-given right to argue about it.
The test I've devised for this event is a simple one. 2 contestants must nose around the net and find 5 things of interest before the end of the show.
Okay, this is hilarious. And can you imagine if they did something like this now? The sheer amount of porn they'd turn up with at the end of the episode would cripple your wrist into next Tuesday.
Trolling the net for us today, we have 2 blokes who know more than you, me, and that annoying ginger kid who lives down the road put together. We have Neil Ello from Internet Magazine and Gary Fenton from Net User. Neil, you're using an Apple Mac PowerBook instead of a PC. Why is that?
Mainly because I didn't want to have to lug a great big PC in with me. And also it's set up for multimedia really, so it's easier.
And I have to ask you about your fine hair. I'm very envious of men who do have a lot of hair. How much conditioner do you need to use to get a hairstyle like that?
Quite a lot, but it is compulsory on the internet.
All right, thanks, Neil. Gary, is the net all it's cracked up to be then, or is it just a lot of hype?
No, it's not. It's totally brilliant, and there's a lot more there than people believe.
It's a weird stance for a game show to have, to consistently try and say that the internet is for losers with no real interests. It's very backwards thinking, considering the sheer amount of modern technology they have on show. And I think it's basically because no one has shown Dom the sheer amount of porn yet. Features time.
This wee gadget is Silicon View, a handheld video player in development by NEC. Sound and images are stored on a small memory card which can only hold about 4 minutes of video just now, but NEC swear blind it will soon hold up to an hour.
This shit is just beautiful to look back at. It's the stuff you'd look at and say, wow, that's cool, and you'd never buy it because it cost a fucking fortune. And now you've got a phone in your pocket that does all of this, and 1,000 things more, and you're already sick to death of it all. It's wonderful.
Welcome back. We have Neil Ellall and Gary Fenton. They're hoping to find 5 interesting things each on the internet before the end of the show. Neil, what have you come up with so far?
So far, the trailers for Judge Dredd at Buena Vista in the US. Just downloaded one of those. It's a rather large movie, but it's usually quite worth it when you've downloaded them, if you've got the time.
How long does it take you then to download one of those?
It could take you 45 minutes to an hour if you're dialing from home. But obviously it's a bit faster because we have ISDN from here.
Okay, then let's have a look at that.
Dear Christ, I take it back, the internet is shit.
Okay, Gary, what about you? What have you come up with so far?
The NASA shuttle homepage.
And you're not making it any better.
Here's a link to the space station that they're building. Okay, this is a plan of it. You can click on anything that tells you what each pod does on the space station. And here we've got a movie file.
For people who like watching movies of space shuttles?
Well, this is the space station, a computer graphic image of it. Just playing there.
It's all very smooth and everything, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
How powerful does your PC need to be able to run it that smoothly?
You're looking at sort of low-end Pentiums.
I love it. Just the entire thing. The worry as to whether your PC will be able to play a postage stamp-sized video of a CGI space station at more than 7 frames per second. Look at what we lost, everyone. This was the future, and now you're sat here in that future watching a man on the internet look at other people using the internet from the past. This is what sets us apart from the animals. Anyway, let's play some Sega Rally. I hope they make the contestant play 3 games of Sega Rally at the same time, otherwise I'm just not interested.
Mark and Johnny. Okay, now Mark, I know you've both had a brief practice on the game. How does it handle compared to a real car?
Realistic.
Any problems you envisage?
Yeah, Johnny.
I feel like this guy would play a doctor in Holby City quite well, just based on looks alone, which I presume is how they hired anyone for Holby City. Derek from Funland's back for this one.
Derek, they're going to have a choice of 2 cars.
That's right.
What's the difference between them?
Well, it's a Lancia or a Toyota. And the Toyota is fast on the Toyota, and the Lancia is better on the corners. But I think they're going to go for the Toyota.
Okay, so speed is the order.
That's Toyota.
Any other tips you can give them, Derek?
Yes, they should watch out for the steering, not to oversteer, because the cars are very sensitive.
Yep.
Yeah.
And what about slipstream?
And to watch out for the slipstream, because if they're behind, they get into the slipstream, they can take advantage and overtake.
Okay, let's hope they bear Derek's words to mind. Okay, then, it's a 2-lap race. Whoever is in the lead at the end of the second lap will win the golden joystick.
Toyota.
Best of luck, Mark. Best of luck, Johnny. Start your engines. We're going to get the count in a minute. They're both revving up a little bit. 3, 2, 1.
You know what? I love Sega Rally. It's very rare that I actually enjoy watching any of these challenges unless it involves someone running between 3 Neo Geos, but just look at this. It's chunky, it's blue sky, it's dedicated cab, it's aggressive, it's everything arcade gaming aspired to be, and then arcade gaming instantly died. Truly the zenith, and just watching it is glorious.
We're in the jumpy bit now. Now we're going to do another, it's a sort of gentle right-hander there. Still Mark Blundell in second. They go to the halfway checkpoint. We're halfway through the second lap. Another overtaken maneuver banged into by Johnny Herbert. He's having an aggressive race, Derek.
That's right. He's probably watching him in the mirror and blocking him out.
Well, that's it, of course. If you can't see the guy behind in your mirror, if you keep them in the middle of the mirror, they're not going to be able to overtake you, are they, Derek?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go back to Mark's monitor as he tries to overtake him. Mark does it! Mark overtakes on the inside, but Johnny takes the lead back again. This is a fantastic race, but still with Mark. We can see Johnny Mark's trying to get the line. He goes for the inside. He does it! Mark nobody loses there again on the ground. He spins off. This could be Herbert's race, Derek. We're coming up to the finishing line. Now Mark makes a last ditch effort on the inside. Johnny Herbert, Johnny Herbert. What a challenge, Mark. You lost by 1/10 of a second. That was all that was in it. Where did you lose that vital 10? That was it. Well, it was certainly one of the tensest challenges I can ever remember on the show. And the second GamesMaster Golden Joystick he's won in his career was to Johnny Herbert.
Back over to the internet of the past then. I'm excited. Are you excited? I am.
Gary, earlier on in the show then you showed us the space shuttle stuff, which was technically very good, but personally speaking, I'm not into the space shuttle. Maybe that's just selfish, but it is my show. Have you got anything a bit more up my street this time, Gary?
How about the Shaman?
I like the Shaman.
Good. This is Nemeton, their website. Everything you want to know, see, hear and do about them. Here's some video clips from Shaman Pop Videos. Pretty exciting stuff.
When you say pretty exciting stuff, you need to put a little effort into your voice, otherwise you sound like someone merely trying to convince a deeply sweating man that the internet is cool.
Now, why is this better than, say, just buying a Shaman video?
Because you've got to pay for it, and here it's free.
Apart from your phone lens.
All right, disadvantage here, it's small, slightly blocky, you don't get the whole track.
Yeah, he's not winning this argument, I've got to say.
Now, Neil, you gave us some Judge Dredd clips, which was fine, but it is quite an old film. Anything more up to date, Neil?
Well, one of the attractions of the internet is free software, free games. So I thought I'd have a look at what LucasArts are doing on their site. They're offering free software and demos and screenshots, but some of the demos are quite good, and you can download them. And it's giving you a few previews to what's happening with Rebel Assault 2.
Oh, yes.
So that should be quite interesting.
Again, I would say it was different in this than, say, the discs you would get on the front of a PC magazine that would have those things.
Nothing at all.
The internet's shite. Let's go and check Earthworm Jim 2 in the reviews.
Okay, Earthworm Jim is back again. This time round, though, there are passwords to collect on the levels. You don't get them until you've completed a level, but at least you don't have to go all the way back to the start of the game.
The levels are bigger. There's more to do on them. There's more puzzles to solve. And there's more sub-games to complete.
Earthworm Jim 2 is full of variety.
Something about his head movement there made me feel like he was just going to continue until his neck gave in.
Full of originality, and it's full of fantasy.
94%, surprise, surprise. That makes 11 games 90% and over, 6 games 80% and over, with just 2 games falling below that watermark. Insane. I suspect Rayman is a controversial one, though. Maybe high 80s?
Very, very original and very tricky. Rayman is definitely a next-generation game. It's probably the hardest platform game available on the Saturn at the moment. The nice thing is there's a good learning curve as you go through the levels. They get tougher, but you're given special tricks and powers that enable you to beat up the baddies and get even further.
It is a very good game. It lasts for absolutely ages, and it looks like playing a cartoon. Tops.
No, of course it got 93%. What game doesn't get 93% in this series? Well, maybe Power Serve on the PlayStation, because I've literally never heard of it.
Power Serve looks like being the UK's first next-generation tennis game, and there have been a lot of very good tennis games recently on the 16-bit market, so Power Serve's got a lot to live up to.
It has got some interesting features. For instance, it's got a 2-player split-screen mode, and you can change the camera angles for each of the players playing. Also, the characters are very well detailed, and they're very nicely rendered.
Games have to stand up on their playability, and just because something is next generation doesn't mean you have to make it 3D and forget all about the gameplay. I think this is a very brave attempt, but it'll be surpassed very, very soon. At least I hope it will.
No.
There we go. I'm a wizard of knowledge. 76% for 3D Tennis 2000. Presumably this one wasn't featured in a challenge. Feature time.
We're here in Seattle for the World Doom Championships. It's very, very cold and there's a very naff stage thing going on behind me. Thankfully, we're not that concerned with that. What we are going to do is follow the progress of a couple of British guys who are taking part. 50,000 entrants have been whittled down to 24 finalists who've gathered here at the Windows 95 launch to decide who will quite literally win the competition.
Wait, does Dom just say quite literally all the time now? Has he outplayed me? Does he know he's doing it and it's all irony? Or has he just come out the bathroom again for the 5th time in half an hour? I'm going to have to keep my eye on it because something tells me that Dom has outsmarted me and me, dear viewer, me, your beloved host, has been rused like no man has ever been rused.
David McCandless, UK.
Oh, it's our old pal McCandless. I've missed his miserable face. Bring back McCandless for the reviews. We need his dour mush to bring the score down.
I want to get through the first round. I want to get knocked out in the second round, and then I can have a drink.
While the first matches got underway, I tried in vain to understand one thing David's opponent was talking about.
He's the best down there. British is probably good, but I don't know. He won't beat the best American, though.
Downstairs, David wasn't looking quite as blasé as he had been, especially when his match was stopped midway through due to a technical problem.
Christ, he is the last man you want to piss off. His starting level of pissed off is about 3 lanes higher than anyone else.
Well, I don't have sound on that either.
Yeah. No, he had sound on that one.
Oh, I didn't hear him.
Easy, Tiger. Unfortunately, the Yank made the most of David's loss of composure, and before you could say Americans are cheats, it was all over. So, Michael, what happened?
Well, I was 7-1 up in a game, getting back on a score that I lost, and they declared the game null and void because he didn't have sound. What they failed to recognise is that I wasn't really sound either. So basically we replayed the game, I didn't do as well the second time, and basically, as you can see, I lost my heat.
Well, at least he's not bitter about it.
Okay, so from now on the game will just be played by Americans in the Great British tradition. We have lost quite early on, so basically we can skip now, forward wide to the end, and the winner was an American bloke.
And if it's any consolation, the bloke who beat Andre went on to win the whole tournament, and I bet he's never had a girlfriend in his life.
Harsh. With that type of banter, Dom should be absolutely fucking loving the internet.
Right, our Surfing the Net experiment has finished. We've got all the sites that Gary and Neil have managed to download. We've compiled them all onto the hard drive. Now, Neil, we've already had the Judge Dredd clips and... what else have we got from you?
LucasArts.
And the LucasArts, right, okay, we've got 3 more things from you then. What have you got?
Okay, well, I heard you're a big Kylie fan, so
I do like Kylie.
Went out to see if I can find some nice pictures.
As long as she doesn't start singing or anything.
That's right. I just think, this photo shows what some of the people on the internet are like.
Top Kylie picture action there.
Yeah.
Now, can you print this stuff out so you can print out in colour, put it on your wall or your ceiling or anything?
If that's what you wanted to do, of course you could. I'll tell you how to do it later.
Nothing wrong with it. Very healthy. Okay, what's your next one?
Okay, well, one of my pet hates is football. I can't stand it, but there are a lot of people out there that actually like it.
See, this guy knows what Dom wants. Birds and football. Whee! Lads. All we need now is mention of a pub.
So it's the equivalent of having an argument in the pub.
Whee! Lads.
Gary's now. Now, Gary, we have already seen from you the NASA space shuttle stuff, which is fascinating, if you like that kind of thing, and some stuff on the Shaman. Now, we've got 3 more clips from you.
Okay, right, the first one is the X-Files official homepage.
Oh dear. I hate the X-Files.
This segment is less about showing whether or not the internet is good and more about just trying to work out what Dom likes.
Well, after seeing the 5 clips from each of our gentlemen, I would have to say I did like Gary's Shaman clip, but that was about all, I'm afraid. As far as Neil goes, I thought the football thing was quite a good idea if you want to have a chat with people. I liked the Bjork stuff. And generally I thought Neil's was a much more kind of hip and trendy selection.
Hip and trendy is, need I remind you, only the stuff Dom likes. Everything else is cack, with a C and a K. Next episode. Episode 10, and today's show features an extremely convoluted title for the first challenge. It's something to do with gladiators, so I presume we've got at least 2 gladiators on today's show, because, let's face it, they turn up at least once every fucking series. The game in question is Victory Boxing, so let's see if they've finally brought Wolf on.
Please welcome Cobra and Panther.
No, of course they haven't. It's just 2 that you barely remember, because it's always 2 that you barely remember. If it's not Jet or Wolf, it might as well just be 2 people from down the local gym.
How much do you have to eat, then, to get a body like that?
Well, I eat quite a lot. I used to eat 10 chickens a day, but it was too foul.
And basically, Wolf, when is he going to retire? Because he is 74 years old now, and he's not looking any younger, is he?
No, he isn't. He actually looks like Maxwell's love child, doesn't he?
For our viewers who might not be familiar with Maxwell, basically he was old and very physically unattractive, and actually very unfunny. One of the great myths of all time, that Maxwell was funny.
And now you know why they picked Wolf's name.
I have no idea what they're banging on about, but here are 2 random kids that are also involved in the challenge for some reason.
Okay, now Pushpa, I'll start with you. I know that we often get boys on the show and we ask them if they have a girlfriend. I know you don't have a boyfriend just now, and I know that Cobra is your favourite gladiator. So, do you think there's any possibility of you 2 maybe?
Never know.
Stop trying to pair off children with the gladiators, Dom.
Do you think, I almost think that'd be the toughest one.
Yeah.
Stop feeling the children's legs, gladiators. This is all getting a bit too open secret for me. Let's see how tenderly Dom talks about disabled children instead.
Over in America, top movie nice guy bloke Steven Spielberg has launched a new computer network that allows terminally ill kids in a number of US hospitals to meet and play games together. The Starbright network lets players who would be thousands of miles apart interact in one virtual playground. They can talk to each other, have a laugh and take part in games like running races, demonstrated here by fat Gulf War bloke General Schwarzkopf.
Come on, Daddy, go, go!
It's the kind of thing that brings a warm glow to even a sarcastic, downbeat, cynical heart like mine.
See, he's healing. Series 5, Dom, is a gentle mass of chemicals softly swaying in a stiff breeze. Over to the boxing.
So, Pushpa's boxer is black hair and pink shorts. Panther's the ginger nut in the blue shorts with the energy bars at the bottom of the screen. Pay attention to the orange one with D beside it. That's the damage done.
Bored of this. Although Pushpa Panther is a good name for my new punk band. Pushpa wins.
Knocked down 3 times within a minute. No, within a minute and a half. Not a particularly fine gladiatorial performance.
Not really, but I think she was cheating. I think she was very, very lucky, and I'd love to see her play Powerball, and I'll take her on with real boxing gloves next time.
Stop trying to beat up children, gladiators. Honestly, these guys need locked up.
Pushpa, you've been accused of cheating there.
It's not cheating at all. I was just too good for her.
You reckon?
Yeah.
What were your best tactics then? Why did you win? How did you win that then?
I just kept my punches grinning.
It was all like, well, of course, we've got one more leg of the event to come. We have got Cobra against Spiros. Mick, how do you see that one going?
Very well. I used to be a boxer. I had 20 fights and 20 knockouts.
But you're wrestling.
Then I won
But you're wrestling though in this next one.
Oh, everyone missed his joke. I was there for you, mate. I didn't laugh, but I was there for you. Let's check out Viewpoint on the PlayStation with Dick and Rave.
Well, now it's arrived on the PlayStation and it's been tweaked. It's been tweaked up, 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 up. It's been tweaked up, 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 up. It's been tweaked up, 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 up. It's been tweaked up. The graphics are even better. The sound effects are superb. It's been tweaked up, 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 up,
it's been tweaked up.
Fucking hell, it's beyond a joke now. Some sort of Golden Axe beat-em-up is next. I didn't even know this existed, but I suspect it's a 70%er?
It's a Golden Axe beat-em-up. And what you do is, you play as the characters from the original Golden Axe, people like Gilius the Dwarf and Axe Battler, but in a duel. They fight each other. You kick the little dwarfs and elves that run along to pick up potions to give you your special moves, and to pick up chickens to give you more energy back.
I'm sorry, but as beat-em-ups go, this is far too rooted in the Street Fighter 2s of yesterday. Should have been more like Tekken, or possibly even Virtua Fighter 2. It doesn't have the appeal that they have, the 3D aspect. It's still 2D, but the beat-em-up elements are just extraordinarily average.
Yes, I'm afraid I enjoyed this game, but I do have to agree with Rik. Compared to some of the more state-of-the-art beat-em-ups, this one is slightly dated, but it is very stunning, it is very professional, and it also should appeal to older players like myself, who, from the hardcore days of the Mega Drive, might play with a slight tear in their eyes.
Jesus H. wept. Alien Odyssey on PC. Come on, you can do it, lads. Dial that score down.
Alien Odyssey is a weird old bag of nuts. Well, it's crossed kind of with Alone in the Dark and Rebel Assault.
The shoot-'em-up sections are very, very basic, but all you're doing is controlling a crosshair and trying to shoot the enemies as they lie in front of you.
The actual Alone in the Dark bit, though, doesn't stand up to the Alone in the Dark games or even Ecstatica or Bioforge. It looks great, yes, but the camera angles really do ruin it for me. The puzzles are just too difficult to perform.
Hey, it's the sex number. CD-ROM of the week's next.
CD-ROM of the week! Welcome to the cinema of science fiction. A dimension of giant robots, awesome spaceships, mad scientists, and strange aliens. You've always dreamed of being the master of this movie universe. Now your dreams become reality.
Sci-Fi Movie Machine is a CD-ROM for all those ladies and gentleblokes not content with uncreative jobs who reckon they're filmmakers. The package features classic B-movie clips which you can edit together into your very own self-indulgent special effects spectacular.
Wait, so it's just a random collection of clips? How the fuck would you turn this into anything cohesive? Also, I want to watch every single one of these films, by the way. Double also, something apparently happened off camera and the kids are fighting back. And now everyone's dead. Better sweep that one under the rug and head out to America again for Wing Commander 3, or 2, or 5, or whatever.
Wing Commander 3 sold 500,000 units worldwide. They're making the sequel, Wing Commander 4, just now, and it costs $8 million.
4, it was 4.
I'm here with Tom Wilson, who's reprising his role as Maniac in Wing Commander 4. Tom, what does Maniac get up to in this one?
Maniac gets up to a lot of no good, as well he should.
Quite right.
In this one, actually, it was nice because Maniac was such a popular. You're scaring me.
I like this guy. I like his boundless American enthusiasm. He's like a big Labrador. Pet the damn dog, Dom. Look at him, he's adorable.
You're probably best known for Back to the Future, 1, 2, and 3. What was it like working with wee Michael?
He's a very regular guy, a guy from Canada, and yeah, super. We had a ball.
Do you think it's a problem,
We fist fought a lot,
yeah.
But that's just to remain
I wondered what you were going to say.
hard as nails. We fought, each other.
And if there was a Wing Commander 5, would you come back and do it?
No.
This is the best man. Him and Rik Henderson need to create their own new show where they go off and solve crimes from a mobile greenhouse or something.
Mark, tell us a bit about what Christopher does in Wing Commander 4.
Well, he thinks the war is over,
Mark looks beyond tired, and I don't think Dom's sarcastic glances to the camera are going to help G him up.
Just keep your mindset on the end result, which should be a really fun thing to play.
And at $8 million, I should jolly well hope so. Wing Commander 4 is due in the shops next month, when you'll be able to find out for yourselves whether Cheeky Tom, Mark and the winning Wing Commander bandwagon are still going strong.
Anyway, we're back to the Gladiators Challenge, and this time it's on WrestleMania. Thankfully, someone is playing as Doink, so whoever that is, that's who I want to win, because Doink is the only one I know, and the only one I want to know. After one win apiece, let's check out the final match.
That was a nasty ankle crusher there, actually. The big fella will be walking with a limp afterwards.
Certainly was another power driver there from Doink. Is he going for another one? It's 2 power drivers from Doink. You can see Yokozuna energy bar's very low. He is powered up for a big slap combo. He's not going to get into it. Another buzzer from Doink there, Carl.
Yeah, indeed. If I was Yokozuna, I'd be looking to put the Glasgow Kiss on the clown, try and take him out as quickly as possible.
He's got to take him out. Oh, that was a multi-headbutt combo followed by a smash. You can see Doink's energy bar's going down. This fight isn't over yet. Although Yokozuna just gets a buzzer treatment on him there. Now he's back in with a head cut, like you said.
shot, but this is... Oh, it's got 4 slap tango special. Doink is going for a pin, but he misses.
And he gets it at the end there.
He's got the pin, finally got. He wins it, Doink wins it. The Punters win 2-0.
There we go. That's all we wanted to see. Doink taking his rightful place. Job done. Next episode. Episode 11, and we're straight into the news. It's N64 time.
Last Friday, Nintendo's ultra-secret Ultra 64 console came out to play in Tokyo. The bad news was many of the games on show were still far from ready, but Mr. Good News was still pulling on his trousers, as these shots indicate.
Oh look, it's Mario 64. That'll be an interesting, non-controversial game to do a challenge on in the future, I'm sure. Alongside Nintendo's offering, we have the Saturn and we have Robot Wars, because the 90s were just cooler than now.
The second year of the event in California recently saw 20 remote-controlled robots go head-to-head in a series of fight-to-the-death rounds to find the toughest robot alive. Designers used a plethora of approaches, from the flamboyant to the plain stupid, but in the end the event was won by a vicious motorised bread bin.
Over to reviews then, it's The Dig, a game that I feel is going to be slightly panned even though it's great.
This one has a Steven Spielberg plot. Now, as graphic adventures go, they normally live or die on their plot. This seems to be slightly too serious for me.
The games that went before it, Day of the Tentacle and Full Throttle, were both very humorous and very polished. But this one just seems to have the polish without the heart, and I think as a result, it could fall flat on its face.
It's the puzzles that are going to really count, and fans of the genre aren't going to be disappointed when it comes down to that.
88%, that's basically a 4 out of 10 on this series. Shocking. Sega Rally's up next though. 92%? That's my guess. You make your own guesses, you can't have my guess.
The attention to detail is stunning. It runs at 40 frames per second, which is even faster than
the human eye can see. The actual gameplay itself is extraordinarily fast. The speed of the game is so astounding, it makes Ridge Racer look like your old Robin driving a Reliant Granny.
On the time attack, there are hidden cars to discover, and there's a really good commentary running right through the game, warning you of tight corners coming up, whether they're left or right, so you can prepare yourself. Yep, Sega Rally is going to be a huge hit on the Saturn, and it's a very good reason to give Sega's console good consideration this Christmas.
Shit, well, I was close enough. Anyone who says they guessed 95% is an actual liar. Lastly then, it's Warhawk, which, I don't know, 89%?
It's completely flat, nothing going on.
There's only 6 missions.
Fuck. Well, okay, my radar's completely off today. I'll forgive myself though, because I can. Anyway, they've front-loaded this episode a lot, haven't they? What's the actual challenge?
Isolated punters, tired of sitting at home playing with themselves, are rapidly turning to the phone lines for comfort. Yes, many of the latest PC games come with modem capability, allowing modem owners to connect over the phone lines to other players and exchange in some top remote games playing shenanigans. Doom, Mech Warrior, and Screamer are all PC games that quite literally have this facility.
He said quite literally again. Okay, yeah, he got me. I have been rused. Well played, past Dom. Well played. Anyway, this challenge is on Virtua Pool, and I think they're going to be playing over a modem? Maybe? I don't know. I don't know what they're waffling on about.
Welcome to the show, Mel.
Welcome.
Now, Mel, you've been involved in a lot of humorous stories in your life. Let's start off with one where you had the prank going wrong.
Oh yeah, that was when I was at college and I was with some friends, and to promote this party I was trying to organise, we dressed up in sort of terrorist outfits like balaclavas.
As you do.
Drove around town, you know, with these fake guns. Went to college, stormed the college, got all these flyers and stuck them on various people, had lots of loud music playing. And I tied up a few people and had some handcuffs as well. And
I don't think we need to delve too deeply into that part of it.
You know, it was quite fun. And left, came back to college, and the head of department came in and told me that the whole of the police force in the area had put out roadblocks, and they got helicopters out as well.
Could you imagine even contemplating such a stunt these days? Of all the things 9/11 took from us, pretending to be a paramilitary group and handcuffing your mates to a radiator is merely one of them. Anyway, Dom rings Ronnie O'Sullivan and explains that he's going to be playing Virtua Pool over a modem, which I don't understand how this makes the challenge any more interesting, but I guess we'll go with it. Although, I'm already declaring this the worst episode of the series, which is fine. You've always got to have one worst episode of the series, and I'm pretty confident we've found it. And that's further cemented by the fact that this challenge goes on for no less than a solid 5 whole minutes. 5 minutes of watching two people try and fail to pot 9 balls on a virtual pool table. I think it's only fair I give you a taste of that by showing you just how long it takes them to pop the final ball, unedited. You can suffer it with me.
Aye, school, this is it. Mel still hasn't got a single ball. This is surely going to be an easy shot here for Ronnie.
This has got to be easy, but if he leaves it over that pocket, you never know.
There he goes, he lines up. Oh, he's overcooked it a bit. Hammered it, a little bit of flash, a little bit of showman coming in there, Rik.
He's left it pretty safe because there is a good chance that the white might go in off this into the top right-hand corner.
And that's true. Let's see how Mel does. She's just taking aim here. That's looking a little bit better, Rik.
Yeah, that's a good position there. This could be the winner.
She might actually miss it from there, I just suddenly thought. No, see again, it was too slim.
Too slim.
And now this leaves Ronnie with quite a difficult long pot. Making the final adjustments. Putting it back, and he whacks it again!
Oh, and again, it just overcut it.
Oh, he's a dashing gay blade of a pool player, isn't he, Rik?
And now he's left it in a very dangerous position indeed.
Now, this could be curtains for Ronnie here. This is a very easy pot here for Mel. But she's coming the wrong side.
Going the wrong side, wrong side of the ball.
I think she wants to go more. That's a little bit better there. Almost as if she's listening to us.
Yeah, almost as if she is in the same place as we are.
She's pulling back. Oh! That's the last time Mel takes advice off us, Rik. Glance against the pocket. And now it's Ronnie. And of course, this will go down in history as the battle of the 9 ball.
It certainly was. It's like Dennis Taylor versus Steve Davis.
Except
the Championships 1985.
Oh, and it's that was it!
Christ alive. Now imagine having to sit and watch all of that challenge. The whole thing. I'd get more entertainment watching cliffs erode.
It wasn't just poor pool, it was also a remarkable ignorance of basic laws of physics. You said you did go to college.
Yeah, but I was concentrating too much on terrorist activities.
Alright, back over to features. It's the N64 again.
It is the most powerful games machine in the world. It has a new controller that offers a different gaming experience, and it promises next-generation versions of some of the most popular titles ever. It's Nintendo's Ultra 64, and it was unveiled last week at the Shoshinki Show in Tokyo, along with demos of 13 games in development. And here exclusively for the first time on TV, all 13 of them. Super Mario 64. The wee mustachioed guy goes all 3D on us. Kirby Bowl is 64. Mario Kart R polygons. Pilot Wings 64. Buggy Boogie 64. Blast Dozer 64. Obligatory Star Wars tie-in 64. Virtua Cop. Lovely Wee Man R. Dinosaur's Bottom 64. Finally, the Ultra 64 version of possibly the greatest game ever, Buggy Boogie 64.
I mean, that was an absolutely classic set of games, outside some that probably don't exist, but you have to admit, banger selection to get those excitement levels up. And then, oh dear God, there's this thing.
An obvious innovation is the central 3D stick, which allows precision 360-degree movement. It also controls the speed of the character, both essential tools for negotiating the next generation of 3D games. And because it's all 3D, different views can be chosen by pressing any of the 4 yellow buttons.
Look, I know there are many defenders of the N64 controller, but there's a reason it was never copied.
Much of the excitement surrounding the machine quite literally comes from the gaming possibilities offered by it. However, the excitement of seeing the machine for the first time was tempered by the fact there was only 2 demos that punters could actually play. Kirby Ball looked pretty ropey, but even though it was only 50% complete, Super Mario 64 showed all the hallmarks of being an instant classic. The opening screen gives some idea of what's in store, featuring a fully rendered Mario head that players can manipulate in real time. Ooh, hours of fun there, I'll bet. Games journalist Gus Swan was one of the lucky few to have a go.
Mario, the bit that caught everyone's imagination and really made people happy about the machine was Mario. One of its most striking graphical effects is Mario. The stage we saw at the game, it was said to be 50% complete, and that perhaps explained why the levels were more sparse. There wasn't any levels where you were panicked with the amount of enemies or terrible jumps that you had to overcome. The size of the game may be up to 150 stages, And from what we've played with them already, it looks as if it's going to be extremely playable, with lots of Mario.
I don't know what it is, but I get such a warm fuzz about watching people excited for a new game or console that has long since passed. It's not quite nostalgia, it's a sort of retro futurism where folk are looking forward to things that are new to them with optimism and hope. But it's old to us. It's a beautiful, warm, happy feeling, and regardless of all of that, this was the worst episode of the series. Next episode, please! Episode 12, and hopefully things have improved, although starting the episode off with some sort of board meeting doesn't help.
Hello viewers. These blokes are not in fact the Channel 4 complaints department, nor are they models for Mr. Byright. They're all systems managers and they'll be getting smiled up for today's event. Before we get on to that though, a couple more letters here. One from Peter Ball in Surrey, who says, "Dear Dominic, my mum says video games are bad for young people and she won't let me play them. What can I do?" Well, I would say, Peter, study Crime Watch carefully and see if you can fit her up for any crimes committed in your area, and that should keep her quiet for anything up to a 10-year stretch. Another letter here from Yvonne Kergill from Arbroath. Nice to get one from one of our lady viewers. "Dear Dominic, how do you get to appear on GamesMaster?" Well, it's quite simple, Yvonne. Each year we hold auditions, and if you're very, very good at games, you're warm, you're witty, have a fantastic personality, we let you come on. If you don't, then you get your own chat show on daytime TV. Hope I've cleared some things up for everyone there.
Take that, Kilroy, and continue in the convoluted challenge names.
I've always had a soft spot for champs, and I'm going to indulge it today as I put a champion Doom player through his paces. Our contestant must enter a deathmatch arena in which 3 other players are waiting to dispatch him.
Okay, now we're talking. This is like the Puzzle Bobble thing all over again. Increase the odds of losing. Make it an actual challenge. I don't know why it took them 5 series to come up with this idea, but I'm glad they got there.
Well, basically, Gary, Simon and John here are cannon fodder for our champion. But, Gary, I mean, you guys played Doom in the office, yeah?
No.
And what about you, John? Are you any good at it?
Yeah, not bad. Doesn't matter who's at the other keyboard.
Now, that's a hairstyle you don't really see anymore. The good old bog brush. We'll head over to the news, though, because Sega's Virtua On is here, and who doesn't like massive fucking robots?
Virtua On is a 2-player game where players control massive robots in a futuristic version of the old gunfight games. If you get close enough to experience your opponent's pits, you can punch his lights out, but it is rib-ticklingly jolly to smack them about with a rocket as they leg it. Virtua On is out next month. The internet is full of sad blokes trying to make friends.
There we go again. This anti-internet stance is really the strangest thing about this series of GamesMaster.
Just premiering in the US, Space Above and Beyond is the latest TV series from the creators of the overrated X-Files. Set in 2163, alien blokes are kicking in Earth, and the only hope is the young Turks who make up the air and space cavalry.
I've literally never heard of this show. Am I the only one who's never heard of this show? I refuse to believe it exists, and anyone who says it's their favourite show must have dreamt it, because it never happened.
Now, Gary, Simon and John, the cream of British industry, have taken their positions for our event. Oi bloke in suit, fancy a fight. They'll be playing against our champion, David Dennis, who is slightly smaller than them, but he does have a fantastic earring.
And the challenger is a child. This just got better. I'm all in.
What's your favourite cartoon?
Swap Cats.
What exactly is Swap Cats?
There's 2 people who come on cats and...
So it's quite realistic, quite true, real life kind of cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, David, what kind of tactics are we going to see from you today?
Well, move back.
Fantastic aggressive tactics here, David. We'll ask you to hold off just for a second while I go up to the commentary position. Now he's going hunting for our systems managers.
It is, it's a stalking game, but the door just behind him is just closed, which suggests that someone might be behind there. Probably hiding behind some little dark alley, as businessmen often do, I've heard.
We're still waiting for some
top systems manager.
There he goes.
There's a green one. That is John.
He's taken some shots in the back already.
Yes, John, he's got John. Oh, yes, he's pumping his bullets into John there. John's running away.
John's gone.
He doesn't want anything to do with it.
Oh, okay. I see why it's 3 versus 1. These guys have literally no idea what they're doing. Bugbrush is already dead, and it doesn't take long until the next guy is spotted and just runs off endlessly. It's all a bit Looney Tunes.
Turn around and fight.
Where's he gone? He's lost him.
He's just scarpered.
He's legged it. Okay, after a brief skirmish with Simon, then Simon has offed it. And he's just running around, taking in some of the scenery here.
Yeah, I'd take it back. This isn't a good challenge. This is just watching a kid try and pick off 3 NPCs who don't know where the shoot button is. Like mowing down old ladies in a supermarket. There's very little sport involved. And I think if the Predator was here to watch this, he'd be absolutely disgusted at the lack of honour. Boo to this challenge. Boo!
This is Yellow, this is Gary.
It's Gary, and Gary's taking it. Gary's
Oh, Gary! Gary gets told, although he did take some hits there, David. The armor down to 84, health to 157%, but that's still more than enough juice. It's very tense here. We know somewhere within this level.
There he is.
Oh, there he is.
There he is.
Face on face. Oh, he's like that again.
Run it down the stairs. Get quickly, David. Press down that shift key. Run down those stairs after him.
Those are interesting facts.
There he goes.
Yes. He's just waiting around the corner for David, isn't he? Then legging it.
A very clever tactic. It's a very clever tactic when you run backwards while firing.
Oh, they're all firing as well. It's a
there he comes.
Now he's down. Simon is down with 59% armor and 102% health left. David is the champion. David, you dispatched the suits with consummate ease there. First up was John, wasn't it? John in the green. Tell us how you did away with him.
Well, he must have seen my chain gun and started picking it up the stairs, but not a match for me.
He certainly wasn't. Then we had, who was that kind of yellowy, brownish guy? That was Gary, yeah. What happened with him?
He stood up to me, got a couple of shots in, but just got blown away.
He was beside that big bin thing, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Tried to hide behind that, no use at all. Now, Simon was a little bit of a problem, the guy in the black.
Yeah, he used the strategy of running away and just bang, bang. But as I just chased him, keep shooting at him, took it slowly. And
Wow, great insight. I'm glad they interviewed this kid, otherwise I'd have no idea about what I quite literally just watched. Over to reviews then. It's Tintin in Tibet on the SNES.
Hergé's Adventures of Tintin, a little guy who looked a bit like Mark Lamar for the younger members, and had a little dog called Snowy and a friend called Captain Haddock, and he used to run off and get into all sorts of naughty cartoon adventures.
I don't think I'd ever describe Tintin as naughty.
Although it is a platform game outwardly, the variety in levels is fantastic. There are people to ask for clues. You can come in and out of the background. You can swing people up mountains. There is an awful lot to do here, and to be honest, even though it's got that Belgian lunacy about it, it's very good.
Well, I should have expected that score, but I did not expect that score. 86% for Tintin. Let's see how Virtua Cop fares. It's gonna be at least 90%, right?
Yeah, it's a great game. It's come onto the Saturn and once again shows the quality of Sega's arcade range when brought into the home. Also, you get a gun with it, and that can't be bad. There's also various elements like shooting guys in the knees, in the elbows, shooting the guns out of them, blowing away barrels, bringing great big pylons down onto cars.
Not only is it arcade perfect...
What the fuck is he wearing? He looks like Dwayne Dibley. 95% for Virtua Cop, no surprise. Time for a Japanese game.
Finally on the Saturn, Hebereki Popoito, which is Japanese for Why are Dave and Rick wearing shades in the middle of winter?
Hebereki Popoito? Huh? What on earth is going on? It's basically your Hebereki's Papoon on the SNES, but on the Saturn.
Mean Bean Machine, Pack Attack, Puzzle Bobble, they've all become very popular lately. All these more graphic-y, Tetris-y type games. That's exactly what Hebereki's Popoito is. Trouble is, it's absolutely bonkers.
There's just too much going on screen to actually make a puzzle game work. Puzzle games should put you into a calm state and let you relax, let you get into it gradually. But Hebereki's Popoito throws everything at you at once and you end up getting hit from 1,000 angles.
What a bizarre game to appear as a review. 57% for that makes it the second worst reviewed game, although, to be honest, it looks fine enough to me. Never mind all that though, we're back to the challenges and it's Bomberman 3. Trey. Who are we going to have playing this one?
Damon, Dave, and Trey, EYC.
Who?
You know there's no erasing what you facing temptation.
Who?
Tell me, baby, is it me that's always on your mind?
Who?
Baby, give me one more chance.
Who? Okay, usually when I say who, I then go and listen to one of their songs and I remember them and say, oh yeah, those guys. But in this case, no. I have literally no fucking idea who they are, or where they came from, or why they're here, or why they're doing this.
Nice to see you, Trey. Okay, now, Damon, you guys have been in pop since the age of 12. What did you start off doing?
Michael Jackson.
But it's Dave that's the big games player.
Oh, yeah.
Dave?
Yeah, I'm very competitive, so, you know.
Yeah, you're going to whip these two guys tonight?
Yeah, easily.
This man has the thickest head of hair I've ever seen, but enough of these chuds, let's get on with it.
The hordes of screaming girls that you could hear earlier on outside the studio were not for them. They were, in fact, for Dave Perry, who's helping me out on this. Dave, I'm going to call you today.
Oh, very nice.
So, Damon is playing the white original ballman, top left-hand corner. Trey is the grey ballman who has just disappeared already in the bottom. We can forget about him. And David is the red punk ballman, the top right-hand corner. The computer one, like I say, bomber lady in the bottom left-hand corner. Dave.
Well, up at the top, we've got the punk bomb man. He's picked up the kangaroo already. He's got the yellow kangaroo, and that means that he can kick bombs now over the walls.
I don't like their complete lack of urgency in picking up the power-ups. I don't care who wins. These guys are rubbish, and I hate them, and I hate everything about their Bomberman playing ways.
Can kick those walls. The walls are gone now, but of course the punk bomb man can take 2 hits.
Oh no, he's trapped him! He's trapped himself!
He's
trapped himself! He's dead! That means David is the winner! At the end there, you managed to dispatch the computer opponent. Now, they were set on the hardest level possible, so that was quite good from you then, Dave.
Oh yeah. That was a nice little victory, but I should have beat Dave. But...
It was, because then it was left to you and Dave you tonked him in the end.
Hey, I just wanted to drop a bomb on him, and that's what I did.
Now, finally, Trey. I'd like to think of someone who's been on this show that's done worse, but I can't really. I mean,
So you know what that means? I get the angels.
No. It means you get zip.
Enough. Over to the features.
Question. What is unusual about this pilot for a German TV show? No, it's not the presenter's unfeasibly bad dress sense or the naffness of that ball he's about to kick. Yes, the set wasn't there. Clever German bloke. Just as special effects in films are created on computers rather than with miniatures, there'll soon be no need to build expensive real sets for your TV programmes thanks to new virtual set technology.
So it's a green screen. I'm pretty sure the entire GamesMaster studio is surrounded by green screens. I don't need to watch a feature about it. Next episode. It's episode 13, and yep, it's that episode.
Today on GamesMaster, we're going nuptial crazy because I am going to marry Wakefield.
It's the thing that people probably would remember as the big moment in GamesMaster if there wasn't another big moment in GamesMaster. As such, this big moment is just a bit weird, and it sort of reminds me of this meme.
Singing Saturday Night Dance, I Like the Way You Move, Pretty Baby, until the end of time. And it just so happens she is the special guest on tonight's show, so I'm going to pop the question live tonight. If that wasn't exciting enough, Virtua Fighters 2 is out on the Saturn next month.
Moving swiftly on to the first challenge, it's Virtua's Fighters 2's on the Sega's Saturns, and instead of 2 people against each other, they've decided to make people get through as many rounds against the computer without taking a hit as possible. That is another pretty solid challenge, and it's weird to actually feel invested and interested.
As you can see, this challenge is tougher than a 10-week-old steak wearing a metal body warmer. Here to attempt this Herculean task, please welcome Hatim Habashi, Gordon O'Shea, 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 and Joel Phillip. Welcome to the show, Hatim. All right, Gordon. All right. Nice to see you, Joel. Okay, right, Hatim Habashi.
It's news time, and Jesus Christ, let it go, GamesMaster, as well as Mortal Kombat 3, Johnny Mnemonics coming out, and also apparently this thing, whatever it is. Also, here's a competition.
Our Christmas special in 2 weeks' time is a celebration of 5 years of this fantastic series, and next week's show features a colossal Christmas competition. We'll be giving away 5 PlayStations and 5 Saturns, each with the 3 biggest games on that system. So,
So, if you're poor and can't afford a next generation console this Christmas, I urge you to stop crying. Pull yourself together and tune into next week's show, when you just might annoy all your rich mates by winning one instead. Hi team, Gordon and Joel are about to take part in the sublimely fluid Virtua Fighters 2. Derek Lynch from Funland is going to help me out in this one. Derek, first of all, what do you reckon my chances are with Wigfield?
With Wigfield, well, Dominic, a fantastic-looking man like yourself should not have a problem.
Whose hand is this, Derek? Have you got a little quarto coming out of your spine? Very odd. You're an odd man, Derek. You're too normal. You're too normal and you've got a little man in your back.
His strengths are his counter-attacks. That's stopping the attack midway through and attacking you. 3-hit combo. That's stopping the attack midway through and attacking you.
Okay, we'll look forward to seeing all of that. Just to reiterate,
his strengths are his counter-attacks. That's stopping the attack midway through and attacking you. 3-hit combo. That's stopping the attack midway through and attacking you.
So our team will be playing against Lau. Our team's in the blue. That's up here, the top left-hand corner of the screen. That's his energy bar. If that goes red at all, he is out of it. Derek.
Okay. Oh, switch and a back check. Punch on the ground. Defensive jump kick back. Switch, back. Oh,
that's it. A KO already. Fantastic final move there, as you can see in the replay.
You know, the problem with this challenge is that there's not a great deal of suspense, is there? In a fighting game, the suspense would be built up by watching the health bar to see how close they are, but they're never going to get hit. It's a bit binary, isn't it? You're not very excited unless one exciting thing happens, like this.
The right control by the computer, Derek.
Dashing elbow there. Sarah's right down. Oh, no, that's combo.
And then you're immediately spiked with mild enthusiasm, and then you're back down to 0 again. Basically, it's shit.
But very fast. Oh, double palm. Punch on the ground. Size up again. Switch. Back check.
He's nearly done it again.
Oh, switch. Back. Yes.
Yeah, okay, so the concept was neat, but the execution, it turns out, is a bit wet. Never mind, at least it only goes on for 1/3 of the episode.
Okay, so now it's Joel up against Lion. What's tough about Lion then?
Lion is very tricky, he attacks very low. Praying Mantis.
Oh, but Joel's done it! Joel has done it! He's got a ring out with Lion. Joel has done enough to be today's winner! Right, guys, fantastic challenge. We'll start with you, Gordon. You were the first one to leave. What happened?
I became a pacifist just before I started playing, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't attack anymore. I had to finish it.
That's a very valid reason, but at least you have made an effort to try and dress very similar to me, albeit more cheaply.
No, I think actually you dress like me because you see me coming here for rehearsals, and now you've copied my style, you see.
Right.
Yeah. Well, you know, you need to shave and everything. You know, yeah.
And get a shocking bunch of ginger hair.
Or, you know, you could, like, you know, stick with the Milky Bar Kid look. You know, it's good. It suits you.
Certainly suits me better than your outfit does, Gordon. Right.
Wow, these two are very snippy with one another. I think it's probably due to Dom really, really disliking ginger people, and this guy just really, really disliking Dom. And I wonder if that's partly because he carries the look and demeanour of the red-headed offspring of David McCandless.
First up, Rik and Dave strip to the waist, get oiled up and wrestle the way God intended with Virtua Fighter 2 on the Saturn.
It runs fantastically fast. It has 3 times the moves of the original game, which was impressive enough. And with 2 new characters, Shundi and
Hatim Habashi,
it is set to blast the Saturn into a new hemisphere.
Before we leave, I just gotta change these clothes. If I don't get into some sideways iron flares and transparent plastic sandals, I swear I'll go crazy.
It's extremely fast, it's detailed, and it will take months to master. It is definitely the beat 'em up on the home console at the moment, and if you own a Saturn, you're going to have to buy this.
No real surprises there, and Donkey Kong Country 2 isn't going to buck the 90% trend, is it?
Well, it seems like we've waited a long time to say this again, but the Prime Primate is back. Or rather, his family is, because Donkey Kong has been kidnapped. Enter Dixie Kong, Diddy Kong's little blonde girlfriend. With a ponytail, it's very useful indeed.
Yes, the bosses have a lot better artificial intelligence, which means their attack patterns are a lot more demanding out of poor little simian chums. And there are sub-games in this version. Remember the minecart in the original? Well, you've got a roller coaster section, which instead of just hurtling it along railway tracks that are rather precipitous, you also have to race against other minecarts. It's fantastic.
There we go. And here's another one for the stats fans. Prior to Series 5, only 6 games had scored 95% and above across 4 entire series. So far in Series 5, 7 games have achieved 95% and above. Game developers really must have ramped up the quality in the past year or so, and, well, let's just say Time Crisis is probably going to add to that again.
Although it features the same blast in action, it has a recoil gun which will move as you shoot, which certainly gives you a little bit of arm ache, and it has a pedal on the unit. When you press it, you'll pop up from behind a box or maybe around a wall, and you can shoot the enemy. When you release the pedal, you'll pop back round the wall and they can't hit you.
Yes, the action in Time Crisis is even faster than in Virtua Cop, and the sections are held together by nicely rendered cinematic sequences which help to progress a storyline. This is top notch, and it is the new holder of the arcade shooting crown, in my opinion.
Okay, so just to clarify, it's better than Virtua Cop, but it scores 5% less than Virtua Cop. Everyone got that? Good. Let's not question it anymore because there's more important things to question. It's a celebrity challenge on Yoshi's Island, but that's not the thing we're here for. We're here for whatever this is.
Okay, do you get much chance to play video games in your hectic schedule?
I do that when I sit in airplanes. Yeah, I play Game Boy.
And what's your favourite? I love you, Wakefield. I'm sorry.
I love you too.
This is a fantastic start. No, I'm serious. I have to say it. I've been like fighting against it since the start of the show. Yeah. And I think you're fantastic.
Thanks.
You're a very attractive girl. You're a rock legend. And you've obviously got pots of cash after Saturday night, let's face it.
I'm a girl to marry.
Well, funny you should say that, because... Can I have your hand, please? Will you marry me, Wakefield?
No, I can't.
Oh, well, listen, I don't want to rush you, right? I like to, you know,
I get shy.
I'll give you a bit of time to think about it, okay?
I'll call you
so
tomorrow.
Like, by the end of the show, I'm afraid, we can get it all set up, right?
Well, you have to help me to win the game then.
If you do the challenge then, you will marry me?
Yeah.
Okay, right, before I completely lose the plot entirely, we're going to work out exactly what we're going to do about this possibly fantastic, but probably quite embarrassing situation. So we'll take a short break.
Yeah, well, that's happening.
And helping me out in my hour of need is my good friend Kirk Ewan. Kirk, how did I do there?
Well, considering you are an ugly, Scottish, bald bloke with glasses, I think you did pretty well.
Not exactly the toughest challenge in the world, was it? 2 minutes to slowly crawl through a level collecting coins, and now we have to deal with this again.
We gave you 2 minutes there, Wakefield, and you did it in 1 minute 15. That, to me, spells out very eager woman to marry me.
I didn't want to be a single woman, and I like the coins.
You like the coins? Well, you can have a lot more than for me. I am fantastically wealthy.
That sounds nice.
Do you know what I mean? I'll treat you right.
Over to some feature or other. It's all about CGI again, because everyone was well into CGI in the 90s. And I mean, it really is all about CGI. It's boring. So let's get back to the wedding.
Do you, Europop Queen Wakefield, take this man to be your lawful wedded bloke?
I do.
And do you, Dominic, bald, unattractive, but quite funny Diamond, take this woman to be your lawful wedded wife?
I do.
I now pronounce you man and wife. You may kiss the bride.
One thing, viewers. Although I'm marrying Wakefield, it doesn't mean I'm divorcing you. Bye-bye.
Absolute mad lads. Next. Look, I'm not going to say that an episode focusing on Dom getting married to Wakefield is the worst episode. It was an idea, at least. Self-indulgent though it may be, but as someone who thrives on self-indulgence, I can't exactly complain on that part. All that being said, thank fuck Wakefield has gone. That was shite. Give us another banger challenge, please.
I know most of our viewers are well below average intelligence, but even so, I'm amazed by the number of queries I receive from hapless PC owners driven to distraction by their failure to get games working on their machines. Many of them blame the machine or the manuals. So I decided to put it to the test by calling on our celebrities to set up a brand new PC and get a game running on it by the end of the show.
Okay, well, I mean, this could be a good challenge. Look, they're trying, all right? It's a better concept than having someone play Virtua Pool over the telephone. And they haven't brought out a blindfold, though I might need one myself, as well as some earplugs, because this week's guests are bloody EastEnders people.
Patsy, I've never made any secret of the fact. I find you ravishingly attractive. I quite fancy you. Do you find that you get a lot of blokes hitting on you? Perhaps not in quite such a charming way as myself, but
No, not really.
Why not?
Dunno.
Do you wear that dress when you go out? I like it.
Sometimes.
It's nice.
Wow, she seems super comfortable with this situation.
The first thing our two competitors will have to do is assemble their computers. We've made it easy for them, and the computers we've given them come with the base unit and monitors already connected.
Wait, was that just an empty hole? There's no PS2 port in there, is there? Am I being mental, or is that just a big empty beige box?
Okay, so Dean and Patsy, these are your PCs. This is the game. We need you to get them all up and running. I would ask you at this point, could you put on those lovely gold earmuffs, because we will be divulging certain information throughout the show, and we wouldn't want you to hear it, because that would be cheating, and cheats never prosper. Remember that at home, kids. Okay then, if you'd like to get started then, if you can hear me under the earmuffs, 3, 2, 1, off you go. Now from now till the end of the show then to get the PC up and running and get Mech Warrior 2 to work.
It's no Krypton Factor, is it? And now the set is a ruddy mess, and Bianca can't lift the monitor out of the box, so she needs help already. Nightmare scenario, this. Let's move on to reviews and check out whatever the fuck Criticon is.
Uses the same 3D aspects that Toshinden uses, where you can roll out of the way, you can zoom in and out of the screen, not just like any old 2D beat 'em up, but it moves very sluggish indeed. The gameplay seems like you're just controlling two lumps of rock at times.
In Criticon, you get to play with 8 different characters, and the way it operates is you have to beat each character and a boss to progress through the ranks. There are 3 ranks in all. I enjoy it, and if you enjoy a good 3D beat 'em up, I think you will be impressed.
To be honest, Dave would play with a dead cat if it had the words beat 'em up written on it. I don't think Criticon is as good as Toshinden or Tekken, and for that reason alone, I wouldn't buy it.
Truthfully, it looks shite, and at least Rik is calling out Dave on his insistence that every beat 'em up is great. 72%, far too high, but we stopped being shocked 3 series ago. Wipeout knockoff High Octane's next.
High Octane is a space race extravaganza, very much in the same mould as Wipeout. It has cars of the hover variety, and it has tracks that you race around. And seeing as Wipeout isn't going to be out on the Saturn for some time, it's worth having a look at High Octane.
High Octane can be played from 4 different viewpoints. Also, High Octane can be played from 4 different viewpoints.
And it looks like a fucking slideshow. 81% makes this running joke even runnier. Let's see how the apples and pears are getting on with the bullets and shooters.
Oh, they've both got power on. Who actually got power on first, Kirk?
Dean actually got power on first, but after a bit of just sort of basically forcing any cable into any hole at the back, he realised that something was not happening with his keyboard, so he switched the computer off and he's restarted it again. Patsy did extremely well, seems to get everything plugged up, but somehow Patsy hasn't made it into Windows, which is a bit of a disappointment, whereas Dean is full-on Windows heavy.
Yeah, not quite a thrill a minute, this one. Thankfully, they've got a new, better challenge because it's on Duke Nukem 3D, which automatically makes it good.
Okay, right, a lot of people are under the misapprehension that people who play video games don't have girlfriends. Of course, I've got a fantastic amount. And Julian, you've got a girlfriend as well, yeah?
Almost.
Almost?
She's in China.
Right, so how long have you been there for?
Knocking on a year.
Have you been over there to see her?
No. Written a few letters, yeah.
How many?
4.
Dom really likes to delve into the love lives of his contestants on this series, doesn't he? Although, I am beginning to wonder if this lad's Chinese girlfriend knows that he wears snow boots with a Talking Head style oversized suit. I'm gonna guess no. It's competition time though, and here's the game.
Yes, to celebrate next week's Christmas special, featuring a look back over 5 series of GamesMaster, we're giving away 5 Sony PlayStations and 5 Sega Saturns, each with the 3 biggest games on that system. The Saturns come with Virtua Fighter 2, Sega Rally, and Virtua Cop with the gun, while the PlayStations will be accompanied by Tekken, Doom, and Ridge Racer. To win one of these fantastic prizes, you'll need to enter the mind of Dominic Diamond and guess what is my favourite game of all time. To make life a bit easier for stupid people, we've hidden my #1 game amongst 5 of my general favourites. We kick off with...
Well, I'd be shocked if that's the answer. You can't even spell it correctly.
Championship Manager 2. Is this my Glasgow Celtic of games? Next up is Wipeout. I've said it was my favourite console game this year, but was I lying? If Super Bomberman 3 has wasted far more of my time than is strictly healthy, could this be my number one? You know I like women and football, but is sensible soccer the ultimate love of my life?
That's a lovely pass.
Then again, I do like a fight, and I'm quite harsh when I take off my glasses.
Okay, so out of those 5, I'm guessing either Sensible Soccer or Championship Manager 2, leaning on Sensible Soccer. If I'm right, you all have to send me a Sega Saturn.
Michael, Julian and Samir are about to play Duke Nukem on the PC, and PC review boy Rik Henderson has helped me out. Rik, what's the toughest thing about this challenge?
Well, generally they can just rush through the level. They've got to get to the end as fast as possible, but occasionally they'll meet little red lines, they're lasers. Well, generally they can just rush through the level. They've got to get to the end as fast as possible, but occasionally they'll meet little red lines, they're lasers. They're lasers. They're lasers. They're lasers.
Okay, thanks for that just now, Rik. Right, we're going to have Michael going first.
Look how imposing this man is. Those boots had a good few inches. China won't know what's hit it.
So off goes Michael. One thing to bear in mind is his health in the bottom middle of the screen. That's at 100 just now, but it will go down if we can't there's any bad guys. So it's over the first 2 lasers, Rik.
Yeah, he's had to jump over the second laser and duck under the first one. Just ignore the bad guys. That is the best tip for the first half of this challenge.
Okay, so to do this, we go for 80 seconds. A good start, Rik.
Yeah, it's a very good start. He's done exactly what he should do. He's got to kill these guys or they might actually push him into that laser.
Okay, oh, they're all behind him. They're all over him. And 29 seconds gone. It says pinched by the doors at the top there. I'm not sure quite what it is.
He's going to have to.
A lot of fun.
He's going to have to switch on the lights so he can actually see what's happening.
Okay, lights are on. Oh, but he's right into the laser. He only lasted 39 seconds. Michael's challenge is finished. Let's make way for Julian. Okay, Julian, your time starts now. And off goes Julian once again, a healthy bottom screen. Here's the first 2 lasers here, Rik. What's he got to do?
Yeah, he's actually got to duck under the first laser and jump over the second one. What Michael did is he did this part absolutely perfectly, but he did...
Oh, no, I'm sorry, I have to drop you there because after only 12 seconds...
Wow, so this challenge is great simply because everyone is shit. It makes me all nostalgic for the good old Series 1 days when nobody knew how to hold a joystick properly.
Safely over that second laser there.
He's doing extraordinarily well now. Ignore those bad guys, go up the stairs, ignore these ones, go through the door. He's got another door coming up, and straight after this he's got to shoot everything in there.
Some more bad guys just behind him, but that doesn't really matter. But these guys do matter, Rik.
These guys do matter because if they get behind you, they'll push you straight into that laser.
Okay,
you don't
want turn on the light. The light is on. He's going to jump over this. Now, this is where Michael mucked it up.
You can actually see the grenades that he's got to collect down in the bottom corner. He hasn't got the grenades yet. He's got to go back slightly and get those grenades.
Okay, he's got the grenades now. He's got to block the canister. He's nearly done it. There's some bad guys there. What's he doing, Rik? What's happening?
He's throwing bombs at himself.
What's he? He's thrown the bomb. Is it going to block the canister? Yes, I have put out the canister.
Well done, Samir. Some say you couldn't do it, and secretly I was one of those people, but I am also the kind of person that would pretend I wasn't so I could berate everyone else for not believing in you.
Excuse, please.
China.
Okay, finally, Samir.
You can call me Aggie.
I can call you Aggie?
Yeah, that's what everyone calls me.
Well, technically I can call you whatever I like because it is my show.
Note to self, don't let Dom know your preferred name. He will quite literally shit himself internally and wrestle your autonomy into submission.
Now we get on to the really tricky bit of this event, loading the game onto the computer. Thank you. Like most new PCs, this one comes with the operating system Windows already installed. When you switch it on, up it comes, and that's the first problem, because most PC games won't actually run inside Windows. So the first thing Dean and Patsy will have to do is exit from Windows like this. The game MechWarrior is on a CD, so the next step is put the disc in the CD drive. We select that drive by typing D: and pressing enter. The manual tells them to do this, so they shouldn't have to figure it out for themselves. That would normally be that, except we've played a bit of a trick on Dean and Patsy. The game is too big to run on the computer's normal memory allocation, so when they load it, all they'll get is this.
Yeah, this challenge is fucking ridiculous, and not in the least bit interesting.
Okay, I've made it back down to the area, so basically I'm going to pull Dean's headphones off a little bit here. Alright, Dean, how's it going?
It's not going very well, I don't understand it.
You've got the instruction manual for the game now, what sort of problems are you having?
if I can read this, it says here, at the DOS prompt, type D and press enter.
Uh-huh.
But it says C, not D.
Slightly the problems there, Kirk. Can you give a slight clue there then, Kirk?
Well, the slight clue would be that he's actually not reading number 3 properly. If he just looked at it very closely and typed exactly what it said to type, then he might get on a wee bit quicker.
This would probably be more interesting if I hadn't dealt with people in work who were exactly like this, even having worked with computers for the past decade. It's like they wake up every morning and forget how the mouse works. It's infuriating, and these guys have basically been set up to fail on top of all of that. Fear not, though, Dom has headed off to Microsoft, presumably to ask them when an operating system that doesn't suck balls will come out. Don't hold your breath.
Windows 95 is the software that's intended to make using your PC that little bit easier. Unlike, say, all PlayStations, all PCs aren't the same. They can have a different amount of memory, sound cards, all kinds of stuff. In the past, to get a piece of software or a new joystick on your PC, you've needed to know all about the makeup of your particular computer. Basically now, most major software and hardware manufacturers are making their products compatible with Windows 95, meaning you can just plug it and play. Like this example of fine Freudian joystick action. Okay, this is the Exos Power Stick. It's going to cost about $139 when it's released later on in the year. What it does is it reacts to everything that's happening in the game. So if you're playing Doom like this, you'll get recoil from all the guns and everything like that.
Playing Doom with a joystick? Disgusting.
Fat Boy here helped write the new operating system, which meant he was allowed to bore me with a sales pitch.
So tell me, Alex, how is Windows 95 going to change the face of PC gaming?
There's a huge market of people who are buying PCs who want to be able to play great entertainment. It's just not accessible to them under DOS. So what we think will change with Windows 95 is now that we've made it installing a game and configuring it as easy as inserting a CD, and we've made the technology, the direct technology, that will make it possible for games not only to run as well as they would under DOS.
I do miss the days when a foosty businessman had to dress up as the devil to sell an operating system to a crowd of, well, people who get excited about operating systems, I guess. I can't even begin to fathom the smell. A mixture of Lynx Africa and ass. Lynx Africa.
So there you go, proof of how Windows 95 could speed up the whole PC gaming process. The only thing is, couldn't they have told us this in California? Right, we're going to give Dean and Patsy, a matter of seconds left before we're going to have to stop them. It doesn't look like they're going to do it, Kirk.
I don't think they are going to do it. Patsy's managed to install the game. Dean's also managed to install the game, but they didn't get as far as the boot disk, and there's still a big memory problem, so there's no way it's going to run.
Okay, thank you, Kirk. Right, it's time now to stop, Patsy and Dean, okay? Right, to stop there, take off your headphones. Right, now, neither of you got to the actual game, but Patsy, you managed to get the computer up and running. Was that as difficult as you thought it would be?
Yeah.
Well, that's the end of that then. Too much excitement for one episode. Episode 15, and Dom's fisting a turkey, which can only mean it's Christmas, and unfortunately that means it's a clip episode. Fortunately for me, that means I can largely skip through this entire thing because I've already covered literally everything you have to offer, sadist that I am. Let's check out the first original segment, 5 games that changed the world.
Well, the first of our 5 games that shaped the games industry...
No, not shaped the games industry. It specifically says change the world right here.
Well, the first of our 5 games that shaped the games industry is Sonic the Hedgehog on the Mega Drive. It defined the whole platform genre.
That's a pretty wild statement to make, Brewster.
Mario, I hear you shout. Well, the thing with Mario was, playable though it was, the graphics were not that much of a progression from the old days of the C64 and the Spectrum. Sonic was the first example of what the new 16-bit consoles could do. It looked great, it ran super fast, and it sparked a whole market boom. Apart from the glorious graphics and speed, the beauty of Sonic was its simplicity. Anyone could pick it up and play it, but if you gave it time, you had to be really good to master it. And a recent survey proved that amongst children, Sonic is the 3rd best known personality in the world, behind Michael Jackson and Mickey Mouse. Sonic is definitely the daddy of the console boom, and he deserves respect.
I'm not sure you should say Sonic and Daddy in the same sentence. That's how you bring in the weirdos.
Only a couple of minutes left for me to finish with the vegetables.
Street Fighter 2 on the Super Nintendo created an entire new genre for the beat-em-up fan. Special moves like the Fireball had been unseen before. It created a new learning curve in respect that special moves themselves are very difficult to perform. That meant even the most hardened of game player had a lot to learn in the game. Street Fighter 2 also created the genre of beat-em-ups such as Mortal Kombat and Virtua Fighters, and even today we're seeing Virtua Fighters 2 extend the life of what must have been the most hardest, the best tournament game that was ever created.
Okay, well, you have to agree with this one. Street Fighter 2 meant we spent the next 5 years seeing a new fighting game a week.
Possibly the most important games release of 1994, Seventh Guest both stunned and confused gamers all over the world with its combination of non-linear gameplay and stunning graphics.
Oh god, I mean, yes, I guess it was a game. It was sort of a game, I'll give you that.
Can I say for the record that I hated that red jacket and was forced to wear it at gunpoint. However, there was one costume which was even worse. For Series 3, the producer made me shrink, wear a boiler suit, don an unruly black wig, and speak in a barely believable Cockney accent.
GamesMaster.
Ridge Racer sparked off the 32-bit generation with a bang. It was the first game that many people had seen on the PlayStation thanks to it being packaged with the import version, and it was more than impressive. It was a yardstick by which all 32-bit games will now be compared.
Ridge Racer is a surprising one. I'm not going to say it's entirely wrong, but I'd have thought they'd pick Wipeout instead, because from memory, everyone had Wipeout. Literally everyone, whether they owned a PlayStation or not.
Yes, it's time for GamesMaster's Top 5 Worst Reviewer Haircuts.
Now we're talking, but how the fuck is Jazz at number 5?
Don't try this at home, kids.
The only trouble is that it's too easy.
Number 4 is John Davidson's Is He a Man or a Woman? Heavy Metal Perm Curtain Effect.
Avoid it like the plague.
The bizarrely named Radeon Automatic is number 3. Radeon sports the infamous I can only afford half a haircut style.
Possibly doubtful.
At number 2, Peter Scott for his profoundly disturbing shredded wheat in a thunderstorm look.
It's about as much fun to play with as a box of used tissue.
But the undisputed number 1 is Julian Riggo's 1992 effort.
Oh, okay. He manages to land both 5th and 1st place. I'll accept that. Right, let's see what Dave thinks is the game that changed the world games industry.
Well, this is an unexpected addition to our chart because Mario 64 isn't even out yet, but already it is being heralded as a game that could reshape the way the industry thinks.
Oh dear, Dave.
The Ultra 64 is the only machine that could possibly throw a shadow over the rise of the Saturn and the PlayStation this Christmas.
Oh dear, oh dear. Well, that's the last I can wring out of this garbage clip show. Next proper episode, please. Episode 16, and by Jove, we're nearly there. And while Dom makes sure the set is clean and tidy, ready for salvage, we get straight to our first event. It's one of those virtual reality exercise bike things, although I think virtual reality is stretching it. Thankfully, the MC Hammer of Exercise is here to brighten things up.
Listen, I don't have a very demanding job, right? I just stand here, I just talk a bit. Do I really need exercise?
Oh, I look at you and I think to myself, yeah, you got to protect what you have. That means exercising. Because if you don't use it, you will lose it, my man.
So then what kind of exercises should I be doing for a job like this?
Well, someone who's fit like you, or should be fit, should be running up and down stairs, should be doing lots of running on the spot, squats, press-ups, working on the stomach area, working on the shoulders.
No, this is too tiring, isn't it? So can you show me a basic one I can do then? What's a kind of good bit that won't hurt me too much?
I tell you what we could do. Why not some press-ups? That's a basic one, isn't it?
Well, you show me how to do them.
No. You come down with me. Like so. Down you go.
I'm going down with Mr. Motivator.
Here we go. Okay.
God bless him. If there's one thing you can say about Mr. Motivator, it's that he knows one topic, and that one topic is being motivated. Anyway, here's a man on a motorbike. Jesus Christ, ladies, give it a rest.
Now, Andy, your biker name is Gringo.
Yeah.
Why Gringo?
Mum's half Spanish.
All right. Oh, so it's because of your mum?
Yes.
That's very nice,
My darling mum. Yeah, that's what it is.
And you're a total
Yep.
So what is the best thing about the biker lifestyle then?
Mum's half Spanish.
Okay, well listen, Mr. Motivator is going to go first in our exercise bike part of our challenge, so while he eases that lycra onto that saddle, we're going to take a look at today's news.
Well, not to diminish Gringo's leg strength, but I'm putting my bets on Mr. Motivator for this one.
Believe it or not, you can now control your computer just using your thoughts. If this wee device is for real, the Mind Drive. Put your finger in the hole and it can allegedly pick up signals from your brain.
I'm about to head down this ski run.
That does look like a man who enjoys putting his finger in a hole. More exciting than this shite, though. Resident Evil's coming out soon. And also, you all owe me a Sega Saturn.
Those of you desperate to know the answer to our competition, what is Dominic's favourite game of all time? The answer is Sensible Soccer, which is almost as much fun as dining with a lady. The 10 lucky winners have their names on the bottom of...
Hey, wait, hold up. I recognise that name. Is that the Lee Hodgson from beloved retro tinkering channel MoreFunMakingIt?
Yeah, that's me.
And you won a Sega Saturn on GamesMaster?
Absolutely. Yeah, I've got it around here somewhere.
That's amazing. Okay, well, bye, Lee.
Oh, don't you want to hear about it?
Nah. The most important thing is that I was right. Straight over to Mr. Motivator and that one other guy.
Start pedaling. So off Mr. Motivator goes. We can see in front of him there's a couple of bikes there. They're controlled by the computer. They're just there to kind of generally cause some kind of obstacle and obstruction in there. We can see in the right corner of the screen there.
Okay, well, I forgot they actually had to steer it as well. If there's one thing Mr. Motivator has never had to do, it's steer anything other than the hearts and minds and muscles of a nation. So we're in unknown territory now. It's anyone's game.
Very energetic pair of thighs from the young M. 1 minute 15 seconds gone there. He's doing not bad. He's getting his rhythm. We're coming up to the second checkpoint. Quite a tricky little S-bend here. Oh, he's off towards the sheep again. He comes to the second checkpoint. That's it. And 1 minute 22 seconds for Mr. Motivator. Please make way for Gringo. That's not going to help a lot. Now he's back on, and now we can see the finishing line. Just this little S-bend to go. I think he might well tank Mr. Motivator's time. He comes up. He's to the checkpoint. 1 minute 20. So at this point, Gringo's 2 seconds up on Mr. Motivator.
Well, Mr. Motivator has demotivated me. Shite performance from the best man to wear a leotard. Over to reviews then. It's Lone Soldier on the PlayStation. Meh.
Come off. What with lakes where you have boats coming across and soldiers to shoot and everything, it's very clumsy and very hard to control. What I would suggest instead is getting an Action Man, putting Doom on your PlayStation and holding the Action Man in front of the screen, just wobbling him around. It's pretty much similar.
Lord, please give these boys strength to appropriate the correct score. Next up, it's Ridge Racer Revolution, so that's another 90+%.
To be honest, it's not that different to Ridge Racer itself, but it does have 3 brand new tracks that are incredibly well designed, and better still, a 2-player link-up.
The game is very, very similar, and the tracks are just that little bit longer, they're a little bit faster, and they're more windy. This is the test that Ridge Racer experts have been waiting for, as the gameplay is just that little bit more tense and a bit more twitchy, similar to Wipeout. This is going to push people a little bit harder, but have we seen enough Ridge Racer?
Yep, those PlayStation owners who have already got Ridge Racer have probably seen too much of it to get Ridge Racer Revolution. And Ridge Racer Revolution is a lot more difficult, which is exactly what Ridge Racer always needed. It's tops.
Okay, fine. Whatever. Worms, that's got to be 90% plus, right? Come on. It's Worms. In fact, I'm locking it in. 94%.
Worms.
Fuck. Well, close enough.
Coming up in part 2, the second leg of our Blokes with Bikes event. During the break, me and Gringo are going to teach Mr. Motivator some alternative lifestyle exercises. So, with the bottle of pop in your right hand, raise the bacon sarnie to your mouth, chew, and repeat when necessary.
That is the grimmest looking bacon I've ever witnessed. Lining up part 2 of the challenge then, and this one is on a motorbike game, so I mean, Mr. Motivator's lost, hasn't he? Before that though, another feature. It's Lawnmower Man 2 again, for some reason.
Despite the heavy-sounding plot, there's a definite younger feel this time around, with more action and a cast made up largely of young cyber brats who can navigate the virtual world no problem. Their leader is Peter, the only member of the original cast to appear in the sequel. Unfortunately, Peter only knew Job as the nice guy next door with a big lawnmower, and consequently gets sucked into his plans.
Like, I know they're featuring it because of all the CGI and stuff, but really they backed the wrong horse on this multiple feature spot, didn't they?
I think everybody's going to enjoy it because it's one of those films that's not just for certain audiences.
It's not for any audience, Sunshine. It's a fucking mess. I mean, it's absolutely brilliant, but only because it's so sincerely fucking awful. And speaking of awful, let's watch Mr. Motivator fail to ride a motorbike.
Oh, Wipeout City there! How bad's that actually?
I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, that was an extremely bad accident.
And he's got another Wipeout!
Jesus Christ, this is an absolute disgrace. I can't even finish watching him. Do we even need to watch the other guy?
Okay, it's a tight left-hander. Oh, and now Gringo wipes out the
there.
Perhaps yes. Let's see where this goes.
They got all went a bit confusing there. 1 minute 10 gone. He's got 21 seconds to get to that second checkpoint. He's underneath the advertising banners. Coming up another tight one here.
I think he's...
Oh, just skinning. He's just making a bit of skin of his teeth, Kirk.
I think he's got the measure of this hog bike now, and I think he's actually going to pull through here.
Okay, here he goes. 1 minute 29. He's going to the finish. 1 minute 30. 1 minute 30. He's just done it unbelievably.
Okay, well, that was slightly more exciting than expected, but I'd suggest nobody get on the back of a bike with either of these two, lest you want to wake up 3 years later in a hospital bed. Next episode it is. The penultimate episode is here, and today's challenge is Blokes on Film.
You're in the director's chair, so you call the shots.
Director's Lab is a PC package that allows you to cut and paste hundreds of sounds and pictures together to create your own movie. The technique's similar to professional editing software, not that we'd know anything about that. The pictures are laid in sequence along a bar and the accompanying sound added underneath, along with any special effects your directorial instincts demand. Once completed, it's off to the screening room where you can sit back with a truckload of popcorn and enjoy the fruits of your labour. For this event, our two contestants will be attempting to create their own movie masterpiece.
Perfect, so it's basically what I do, but as a challenge. Well, I don't know why they call it a challenge, it's a piece of piss. This video only took me 6 weeks to put together, so if these guys can't at least muster a 3-second masterpiece in their short challenge time, then they're a complete waste of space. This week's challengers are none other than Richard Herring and Terry Christian.
Welcome to the show, Richard.
It's a delight for me.
Now, first of all, Stuart, just tell us exactly how funny you two are.
4.
Oh god, Dom's turned into a giggling schoolgirl.
Out of how much?
That's 5 or 6 probably. It's like the Richter scale.
Yeah, so that's quite a good start.
Yeah.
That is. And you've never directed anything before, no? That is correct?
No.
But you are going to be tonight?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I want to know, obviously, it was only last year that you exploded onto television. I don't use that word lightly. So maybe some of our viewers, they need to know a little bit more about you. So tell us one interesting fact they wouldn't know about you, Stuart.
Oh, I used to work as a researcher for a gardening company. Yeah.
Was that a lot of fun?
Yeah, it was good actually.
Much laughter action?
No.
No.
But, you know, people often say that's an unusual career move, going from that into comedy. And it is, they're right. It's an unusual career move.
I've not seen Dom this gleeful and flustered since Vic Reeves turned up in Series 2. It's honestly quite heartwarming to see that Dom is genuinely meeting people he clearly admires in these bits. It humanises the man who, merely a few episodes ago, harangued a woman into marrying him on set. Let's check out some internet thing.
First up, we have a special offer. We're giving you the chance to be one of the first people in the country to take part in trials of a new game network, Wireplay. It's for owners of PCs who want to play their favourite games against other people, but don't have any mates. Log on to it via your modem and telephone line, register what game you'd like to play, and the Wireplay computer hooks you up with one of the 3,000 other people on the service.
Check out the license plate on that car. Good luck reporting that one to the police for speeding. Toy Story for the Mega Drive's next, which feels like an incredibly weird game to feature at this point in time. Although, perhaps it's because the film is coming out and that's got CGI in it. And they fucking love CGI because CGI is computers.
He doesn't realise he's a toy, and you've got Toy Story.
Just to be clear, this Toy Story segment takes up almost half the episode. It's literally just an advert for the film. Let's go back to the comedians.
We have the dangerously attractive Stuart Lee and the quite simply funny Richard Herring, trying to make their own movie by the end of the show on Director's Lab. Now, Stu, how are you getting on? What have you got for us so far?
I'm basing mine around a theme of insects and children eating. This kid eating, that's brilliant, look at it.
She's having a right old munch there, isn't
Fabulous
she?
image, yeah.
Bless her. Right, Richard, what about you? What are you going for?
Good question.
Richard Herring presents. Yeah, that's good. What kind of presents are they?
Well, it's got presidents in it, in fact, and so far I've got Ronald Reagan there.
Finally, my fellow Americans.
See, that's a satire for the American political system there.
Almost a lampoon.
This may be the first time I've ever seen Stuart Lee actually having fun. Maybe we should give him a computer more often. Our other challenge for this week is some basketball thing or other.
Okay, Linton, we asked Richard and Stuart earlier on to tell us something interesting about themselves. I'd like you to do the same, please.
Probably come here.
Coming here?
Yeah.
Is the most interesting thing. Is that why you've bought such obviously new shoes?
Yeah.
How much did they say? Oh no, we shouldn't talk about that. It's a commercial reference. We don't like them actually.
You weren't bothered about commercial references when you were talking about Toy Story for 3 hours, you shit.
Lawrence, right, tell us something interesting about you.
Not much. I've just 2 years in a row now I've entered a Blockbuster video championship and I've won
Okay. Courtside with me is Rik Henderson for PC Review. Rik, tactics please.
Basketball.
Okay, some lessons for the game and indeed life there from Rik. Okay, so Linton is playing the Houston Rockets in the white, they're going from left to right. Lawrence is playing Orlando Magic in the black, going from right to left. Rik.
Yeah, he's got to try and get in early. He's gone for a three-pointer.
Missed that, hit the rim, rebounded off.
But the top bar is the three-pointer average for the player.
Boring. There's nothing interesting about this. I can't even feign interest. 90% of the matches, people just stood in place taking a free shot. Hot garbage. Should have blindfolded them.
Can't imagine anything worse than your pants. Can you? No? No one at all? Right, well I think we'll just present the justice here. Is that alright?
Yeah.
Back to Lee and Herring, but first some bad dubbing for some reason.
Oh, and I hope the films have improved because they're a bit duff so far. I wonder if we could get rid of them.
So Stuart and Richard have only got about 5 minutes left. Stuart, how's your one progressing? Are we still on the insects and children?
Yeah, but and food now as well. But
You've moved on to food as well?
I'm never going to get it done in time.
Any saucy sounds for us yet?
No, I haven't even thought about the sound medium. Rich has been racing ahead in sound, but I haven't begun.
Right, Richard, how are you getting on? Anything new to the
Very
report?
badly indeed. My satire is continuing though. The American government won't do this.
Well, he's trying to bring down the American government using this program. It's not going to work, let's face it.
Well, what a fine forum this show is for advancing your own political career still. Many people have said that, many reviewers.
We're very political comedians, you know, and so we're going to show
like
them that.
Politics,
we're like the new
sort of
Rory
swearing.
Bremner as we are, but we use cartoons instead of funny voices.
Okay.
Look forward to that. Reviews time, and it's duh on the Saturn.
It's a graphic adventure that uses FMV to maximum overload level. It's extraordinarily gory, and you just wander around collecting things to use in puzzles later on. That's it.
But the graphics are really nice. They're very dark and very sinister. The trouble is, you don't get to interact with them very often, and when you do actually solve a puzzle, the bit of action you get is all over too soon, and really, you don't feel there's enough reward for the amount of time you have to put into the game.
Sounds cack. Sex number it is. Straight on over to Timegate on the PC, which also looks cack.
Well, Timegate is the banker.
It's the what?
The banker.
The banker?
The banker.
Is he saying the banger?
The banker.
I have no idea what he's saying. Answers down below, please. I'm too tired to work it out at this point.
Timegate, you see, has the two major elements that make an adventure game of this type actually work. It has plot progression, and it has more than enough puzzles to keep you going. It also has the bonus of absolutely superb graphics. Alone in the Dark really set a new standard in 3D adventures, but Timegate takes that so much further, it's uncanny.
Well, I've no idea what this game was, and I've heard literally nobody talk about it in the past 30 years, so I guess I'll just have to assume they were wrong on this one and get angry comments below about how it's actually the best game that has ever been made. Sod it though, let's finish off with Crazy Ivan on the PlayStation.
The control method makes it very easy to play. There are lots of little nice features like when you blast a robot, all the little men run out and you can pick them up or shoot them to pieces, which I usually do. And the bosses in the game are huge, which is a real bonus when you finally come across them. You get a real monster to fight, and that makes it very challenging and very satisfying when you watch him go down.
Yep, it's the well-constructed missions that make Crazy Ivan so darn playable. It has FMV sections, it has you jumping into huge metal suits, and it has wandering around completing missions by blasting the heck out of every other robot on the planet. It's tops.
It also looks cack, but whatever, 90% is the baseline average at this point, surely. Let's go back once more to see the films our lads have been working on.
The problem with this program, I think, with the game, is that you don't have access to like any repeated images of the same character, so you can't work within a narrative framework. You have to just use abstract images. As you know, we'll see.
What does that mean? What does that
You can't tell a story.
Right, okay.
So I've tried to deal with the idea of food as a kind of poison.
Okay, here goes Stuart from Stuart Linsky's Repulsion. Take it away, Stuart.
Okay, well, there's not much to say. Here, in the foreground, we see there's worms, right? Various images of food behind, and someone eating a lot. That was a mistake. That was a cow. And there's more food there. Yeah. More the food behind. And that's unpleasant food. There are worms again there.
Does this have any meaning?
Yeah, it means, you know when you feel really sick and you hate the idea of eating, but you still do. That's kind of what it's about.
Right.
That's the bit, we had to put that bit in. That's the bit we said, but I tried to make it relevant by putting a sort of toilet flushing sound.
Right, I like that
under
bit,
it.
actually.
It's your favourite bit, isn't it?
That was a great bit.
You know.
And it ends, and that was the ending.
That's the end.
Nice the way it did all come together at the end.
Well,
all the little threads.
it ends, doesn't it? It's got a definite end. It's when it goes black.
Well, one thing this segment is proving is just how gash these early multimedia editing suites were. I'm not entirely sure what you're supposed to do with them. Here's Herring's attempt.
Okay, Richard, take us through it. Start your film.
Right, once again, we have the narrative problem, so I've used juxtapositions here to satirise America.
Okay, President Reagan there.
Yeah, you have to listen to the people saying, speaking.
I only want your brain.
He's the President Kennedy. A funny Madden's face. Each time the juxtaposition parodies the president, or does it?
And there's that clip we have to
This bit's coming is good. Watch this bit in a minute. Hello. That's good, see?
That's very good. That was very good, Richard. That was worth the admission fee, that one.
Please, leave it. Wait, because look.
This film is a satire of satire.
This is I'm having a go at Rory Bremner here.
Right.
And people like him who think satire's a clever art form. And there you go.
And that was
laughing, you see. It was a satire of satire in the end.
A satire of satire.
Got you.
For viewers at home who are perhaps a bit too young to understand what a satire of satire means, it basically means it's rubbish. And
excuse, though,
trying to come up with an excuse so that we think that it's actually good.
No.
But
Don't you see, Dominic?
But I may be wrong there.
Well, I just feel like I'm watching Fist of Fun now, which, to be fair, is a very nice feeling. Next episode... We're finally here, the last episode of Series 5, and we're straight into the news. It's not CGI or Mortal Kombat, you'll be pleased to know. It's Killer Instinct 2. I feel like the first Killer Instinct only came out about 3 episodes ago. What's going on? Also, this does remind me that I've never actually played Killer Instinct 2. I don't even think I've ever seen Killer Instinct 2. I don't even think I know anyone who's ever seen or played Killer Instinct 2. Maybe it didn't actually exist, and it was... in fact, CGI. I'm going to assume it's that. Anyway, bring your daughters to the slaughter. It's Iron Maiden time.
Yannick Gers. Welcome to the show, Yannick. First rock and roll star we've ever had in heaven, well, I'll have to say.
Rock and roller.
Now listen, Yannick, first of all, you're taking a break just now from your world tour that you're on. Is there still a large groupie element these days?
Large groupies?
Large groupies even, that are like 20 stone?
I think the groupies are rather large, yeah.
We don't get groupies on this show. I don't get any at all.
Well, you've got 2 beautiful angels.
Well, exactly, I don't need them. That's very well pointed out, Yannick. I was nearly in trouble there from the girls. And the other thing is, I always wanted to be a rock and roll star, but I never had the hair, you know?
Well, you could grow it.
If I had like 20 years to kill, then I might be able to get it to your epic proportions there. Why is it then that so many proper rock stars have long hair?
Probably because in normal society you've got to cut your hair and fit in.
Yeah.
So when you get the chance not to fit in, it's good to do something.
This is the least rock and roll discussion I've ever heard. I feel like Dom's just talking to a guy in Weatherspoons complaining about how the local allotment has been vandalised by youths. Anyway, the challenge this week is fucking shit and requires Dom to spend upwards of 2 minutes advertising the game beforehand. I'm pretty confident these guys must have been firing money into the TV advert pit because it also featured quite heavily on Bad Influence, and yet, much like Killer Instinct 2, I've never seen it, played it, or heard of anyone who has done either. It's all fucking CGI, innit?
Okay then, so Yannick has to have 6 people up and dancing by the end of the song, and the song is Aerosmith's Eat the Rich.
Oh great, copyrighted music. Hopefully it's quiet enough to be ignored by Aerosmith, who I know for a fact spend their days scouring YouTube looking for copyrights to claim. They've got now better to do. Aerosmith, always coming to steal my videos, Aerosmith. Forcing me to write down a stupid song, Aerosmith. You can't claim this song cause I wrote it, Aerosmith. And that explains the complete lack of Aerosmith. Oh, Aerosmith. Aerosmith, Aerosmith, you can't.
Now listen, it was at the start things went a little bit wrong. What were some of the problems that you were having?
Aerosmith.
Over to reviews then. It's Assault Rigs on the PlayStation, which looks like somebody just gave up making the game halfway through.
It's a bit of a battle tank game. You drive around in a texture map tank, shooting baddies that look like they've come straight out of Star Fox on the Super Nintendo, and the whole thing lacks imagination and lacks polish. I found it very boring. What did you think, Rik?
Oh wait, Rick's not in front of him, he's sat to Dave's left. It's finally been confirmed. They are both sat in a dark cupboard, but side by side. And they've been there for weeks just talking about games and giving them the wrong scores. Each side of the cupboard, it should be noted, has wildly differing temperatures, causing Dave to remove his Durag and Rik to wear a woolly hat. I can't wait to calculate the average score on this series. It really is fucking dire. Time for Dom to slag off two things he probably shouldn't.
Like Eddie Izzard, the X-Men is a very overrated comic.
You have all the characters from all the X-Men comics, and they just go hell for leather against each other. But it's a 2D beat-em-up, which I'm not normally that keen on. So let's see what Dave, the beat-em-up expert, really thinks.
It reminds me a bit of Turtles Tournament.
Well, at least they got this one largely right. I was starting to worry they'd drop the score because it didn't have enough CGI, which we all know is the most important thing in the world. The final challenge of the series then, it's Rave Racer, and it's just two people racing. Not exactly the most exciting thing in the world. And we've got two blokes. Two normal blokes. Well, not that normal.
Now, Emma, you're obviously quite a big bloke. I'm not going to take too much mick out of you. You study fashion.
That's right.
And so give me a quick appraisal.
Well, it's not bad, it's a bit bland.
Bland, do you reckon?
Yeah.
I prefer the word classic, do you think?
Just about.
Nice cut, tapered legs in the bottom.
It shows off those skinny legs of yours, yeah.
Does it?
Yeah.
All right, fine. I might give you a kicking actually if you're not careful. Emma, not that I'd fancy my chances much, of course, to be honest. I am bald and wear glasses. He is large and muscle-bound.
Do you believe that my being stronger or faster has anything to do with my muscles in this place?
Cecil, now you don't study fashion, obviously, but you do cook.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, well I think basically I'm going to slap these two guys around a bit. At this point now, I would like you both to take your positions at the machine, and I'm going to go up and have a chat to my wee pal Derek.
I found as this series has gone on that I've got more and more excited to hear that Derek is the co-commentator. Something about his affable personality and this weird side-eye that he gives Dom has really made me long for a Rik Henderson and Derek from Funland show, perhaps guest starring Biff from Back to the Future. In this hypothetical show, no one is allowed to score or review games because they'll all be fucking shit at it. But other than that, it'll be great.
Go to Amar's screen now. We can see Cecil's red car in front of him here. There's not a lot in it. There's only a couple of seconds.
Would it not make more sense to just focus on the person in second place so that you can clearly see where both cars are? Or is that not dynamic enough for television? Surely that would have made more sense, right?
With Amar's screen, he's a little bit behind there. Cecil is tearing away. He's handling those cars fantastically. If we cut back now onto Cecil's screen just after he stood his spin, we can see the blue car in his rearview mirror at the top. Now you can see Amar is catching up a little bit if he looks in his mirror, but that's probably just because Cecil was slowing down to take a corner there. Let's go back to Amar's screen. He's catching right up, Derek.
Oh, yes, very close.
He's going for that inside, like you said. He's taking the inside then. That's Amar taking the lead. So let's go. Oh no, he's still got the lead. It changed too quickly there for me, Derek. I didn't know what was happening. So it's still Amar in the lead, but still at Amar's now. Let's go back to Cecil's screen. You can see Amar in front of him. Now Cecil's going to have to do some of the slipstream stuff,
Derek. Right to the slipstream. Oh, he's got him again.
And he has on the inside once again.
Oh, no, he's lost it again.
Oh, he's lost it. This is changing more than the weather.
Well, I have to say, when it comes to the two-player challenges, the driving games are always the best to watch.
Now he's going to go down to the lower screen here, Derek.
That's right. What's this? He's fallen off the mountain and onto another track, but he can catch up if he can drive fast enough.
Okay, but he will probably lose some time here.
Yes.
Okay, here he comes. He's back on the normal track. We can see right in front of him, there is Amar, so he hasn't lost that much time. He's been driving well, Derek.
That's right.
Well, one of the computer control cars are in the pink, but he got past him easily. So we're still with Cecil. Amar is still ahead. We're on the second lap, about halfway through. Bit of a spin there from Cecil. That's not going to help him. Amar is still streaking ahead and he's running about 2 or 3 seconds in the lead. Over to you, Derek.
Okay, here it's coming to the edge of the mountain here. Oh, he's doing well. Straight into the tunnel.
Took that well.
He needs critical skill of braking on the corners here.
This is it. He can't afford to put a foot on a pedal wrong now, Cecil. He's just behind him, though. We're coming up. There's not much longer to go until we're at the end of the second lap. And they're just coming up there. You can see the checkpoint. That's the finishing line up there. It's still Amar. Amar takes the challenge!
there ever any time where you thought that the challenge was in doubt?
Nah, never.
Bad attitude. Take the joystick off him. Disgusting. Let's cut away from his smug face and check out the last feature. It's a roller coaster. You know, considering GamesMaster like to try and pretend it was the more adult game show of the likes of Bad Influence, they sure do cover a lot of the same fucking topics. The only real difference is that these topics are being covered by a man high off his own farts, rather than a man who stopped developing when he reached the age of 15.
Secure in the knowledge that every nut and bolt involved had been painstakingly tested by the computers, it was no wonder that I was super cool.
4 Gs of pressure, speeds of up to 95 miles an hour, and a 295-foot drop that I'm just coming up to. This is why, A, I'm not wearing my glasses, because I'd rather they weren't welded to my face by the time I got off, and B, I have not had any breakfast. I would just like to say at this point, Mum, I love you. Ah! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! No! Jeez! No! Oh God! This is not funny! Oh God! No! No! Okay! Ah! It's okay. I think I'm past the worst. I think I'm past the worst here. I hope the camera's worked.
There was something incredibly satisfying about that, and as a final segment for GamesMaster Series 5, it's nice to see the wind knocked out of the man for once. But he does still have one final speech to give.
That's it for this fine series. Heaven's been fun, but God's now getting on our case, and me and the girls are off for darker climes. Over the past few months, I hope you think, we've had some laughter, we've had some tears, but most importantly, we've proved that playing video games is the best thing you can do in your spare time. Well, almost.
Sex.
Goodbye, one and all. Goodbye.
So that's it. GamesMaster Series 5. And you know what? You know ruddy well what? That was actually quite okay. I dare say there were even multiple points throughout this series I would deem as good, bordering on very good. There was also still a lot of shite, but you can't have everything. No, GamesMaster Series 5 feels like a bit of a gift from the gods itself, coinciding quite nicely with the theme of the series as a whole, managing to combine the joy of games that Series 1 and 2 gave us, but without the weird tournament obsessions and cockney shouting of Series 3, and without the bitter misery of Series 4. It's also, I imagine, quite a controversial series, purely for the fact it dabbles in so much stupid fucking shit, but honestly, I'd sooner have them stir their finger in the pot of being silly dickheads just to see if something works rather than not try at all. And the removal of the boring consultation zone plus spicing up the challenges into something that isn't just complete a level is a massive step in the right direction. And so that puts us toward the rankings for each series, and I am at a bit of a quandary. If we're here to talk about a show that's designed specifically just to show us games, then I think Series 5 would potentially go here, just under Series 2. But if we were to base it purely on how much I've enjoyed watching the show, I think we're on equal footing. I give this series 95%. Not quite enough fantasy for my liking, but if there's one thing I will say going forward, if they don't sort these fucking review scores out, I'm gonna fart myself to death in protest. Bye then.